Hi, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Disney, Oklahoma. It's an absolutely stunning fall afternoon here in the Sooner State, and let me tell you, there is nothing Mickey Mouse or goofy about Disney, Oklahoma. Hi, everyone. I'm Ralph Shaheen. This is an absolutely incredible off-road racing facility. As you can see, it's right here behind me. The scenes are absolutely spectacular. The machinery is tremendous, and we're going to have an awesome weekend of racing for you, which we're going to bring to you all weekend long right here on our site. Now, we're going to have a great team of Speed Sport colleagues helping to cover all the action from here at Legends of the Fall, the original event, the inaugural event here for that race weekend here in Disney, Oklahoma. We're going to be joined by our off-road racing expert, Dave Arnold, all weekend long, as well as our newest team member, Erica Allred. And let's begin our coverage with Erica.
Thanks, Ralph, and thank you for having me. I'm beyond excited to witness this season finale event right here in the heart of Disney with the Pensacola Dam behind us, holding back the beautiful waters of Grand Lake and allowing us to enjoy this incredible course. It's already shaping up to be an amazing and incredible action-packed weekend of racing where championships will be decided and legends will be crowned. With more on the event and racing itself, the other member of our broadcast team, Dave Arnold.
Thanks, Erica. Well, I'm standing down below in the river valley, which is right below the Pensacola Dam. This opens up this whole area, holds back the water for us to have this nice, beautiful playground. Well, normally this is a great playground, as we like to call it Disneyland here in Disney, Oklahoma, for off-roaders. Well, the race is going to contend all through this area. It's a 5-mile course. Well, a lot of obstacles out there also. We got some big hills, some nasty stuff. In fact, we got Nasty Girl, we got Viagra, and we got Cialis that they're going to be going down. Really intense. Well, these jagged rocks down here, they could be a problem for some of the tires. Plus, with the water, it might get a little slippery out there. So this is what you're going to see. Back to you, Ralph.
Forward to all the coverage that you and Eric are going to bring us. Joining me on this set now is a man who has dreamed all this up. This is Jason Robinette. Jason, what we're seeing here at Disney is really an expansion of Mid-America Outdoors, which is just nearby here, and that's really the vision for your playground, isn't it?
It is. As far as vision goes, many people dreamed this up before me. I'm just the guy that's taking on the task to keep it going.
And when you think about where you want this all to go, what do you have in mind?
There's a lot of places that we're going with all of this. There's a lot of different programs that struggle, some that are doing great. So we're trying to take the best of each part of those and put them together with all the different details that I'm getting a little tongue-tied here, but there's a lot that is actually happening with putting the best pieces of certain programs, and there's a really bad echo in my head. Is that natural?
No, but it's what we're dealing with.
It's
I got you.
everything's
So
delayed.
one of the things you did was you went out and you purchased Ultra 4.
Okay, say that.
It's one of the things you did was you went out and purchased Ultra 4.
Yes, purchasing Ultra 4, we just got that done. Guys, I'm sorry, but I can't.
Just take the headset off and talk into the mic.
I'm sorry about that.
Just talk into the mic.
Sorry, guys, there was a really bad echo on that.
So one of the things you did was you purchased Ultra 4.
Purchasing Ultra 4 was kind of a part of a bigger plan with pulling everything together as far as off-roading and the outdoor adventure, extreme sports to just nature lovers, all of that together. So it's everybody always asks me how come we didn't call it Mid-America Off-Road, and it's because it's our outdoor program. I mean, there's many things that we do, many things that we're involved in, and bringing that opportunity to our marketing partners and to all the people that are involved in our programs was a priority to expand outside of where everybody was taking their programs. So.
But just like our audio, when it comes to off-road racing, you have to be able to overcome all sorts of obstacles, right? So when I went for a ride around here, I noticed there is a little bit of everything for the racer to deal with here at Mid-America Outdoors and here in Disney.
Well, and that's the cool thing about this Disney area. It's, number one, it's beautiful. It's just the most natural habitat down here that has, like you said, the water, the hills, the trees, the rocks. It's got a mixture of everything that we do with Ultra Force. So that was kind of the draw to bring it here to this area. Our park being 17 miles to the east of here, it's completely different terrain. So this is kind of a big boy playground, I guess. It's we have the short course over at the park, but down here, I mean, this is legit terrain to actually race on. So to bring that to all of our programs, to have that so close to the park, to do the hill climbs and the actual extreme racing that Ultra 4 brings, it's really kind of a win-win situation to have those so close.
What I love about it too is there's a little bit of something for everybody here. You don't have to be an Ultra 4 racer to be able to come here and enjoy what you have to offer.
Yeah, it's you know, if you want to just go trail riding, if you want to just nature walk, I mean, overlanding, this would be an amazing place for the overlanding. You know, we're in the heart of the Cherokee Nation here. Beautiful, beautiful country, and you know, and that's kind of one of the things that this part of the country is so beautiful, and so many people don't really know about that. It's everything that's here, and this is our home. You know, it's we travel all across the country, and do this at home is what's really exciting.
Yeah, it was funny. I know a lot of racing buddies who've grown up here in Oklahoma, and I was telling them, hey, I'm coming to Disney, Oklahoma, and they all looked at me like, where's that? And these are guys that have born and raised here in Oklahoma, raced all over the state, and they didn't know where it was. But boy, once you find it, you will never forget it.
No, it's famous for a few things. Some hills down here that are curiously named Viagra, Cialis, and Nasty Girl. It's in the hill climb world, they're pretty famous hills. That's kind of what this area is known for, but it's to have that vision to see that, you know, the perfect terrain to actually go out there. This is what Ultra 4 is. This is what it's about, to test the limits of off-roading and be that extreme course. It gives it all here. And
if I'm not mistaken, Nasty Girl's right over my shoulder back here, right?
It's right behind you.
Yeah. So one of the things I really liked was we had a dinner at Jason's house last night. Very nice of you and your wife to entertain all of us. A fantastic evening. And you spoke to everybody that was there, your new team, all of our members that were there, and you said straight up, I'm not a racer, which is very unusual in the racing industry. Usually the person who owns the sanctioning body or is a promoter was a former racer. You didn't do that. You're coming at this whole program from a little bit of a different perspective, but that might be a fresh set of eyes that really takes this way on down the road.
I truly believe that that's probably my asset to the whole program, is that I can think outside the box and see things where the people get caught up so much in their own drama and their own passion. My passion is the business side and the hosting side. Putting these events together, we've been doing that kind of thing for a few years now. To bring it to the off-road world is, you know, it's exciting, it's fun, whole new experience for my team and myself and my family. It literally, being able to look at it and see holes as a business, that's where I kind of come in. You know, it's everybody wants to know why I'm investing the way I am into off-roading and the whole outdoor program. It's never really been done from the angle I'm trying to bring it from, and so I've got to change it. You know, there's the off-road world is struggling as a whole to grow, and we can't keep doing the same things that didn't work, you know, or that we're just getting by. If we're going to bring stability to the lifestyle, we have to think outside the box, and hopefully me, my team, and the people that I'm involved with can actually achieve some of those goals that we're setting forth. And I'll be honest with you, there's some things that are rolling fast for us.
Just before I let you go, the 2022 season is wrapping up with this event here, Legends of the Fall. which means 23 is right around the holidays corner, because that's next on everybody's calendar, right?
Yep.
What are some of the things that the fans at home can think of or plan ahead for in early 23? And if they want to follow along with what you're doing as the series grows, where do they go to stay tuned in?
Well, some of the programs here, I wish I had a list in front of me, all the new program areas. We're going to be releasing all that. But one thing that we're going to focus on is we're going to start telling the story of what the lifestyle is about. We're going to try to relate to people other than racers, the people that come out here, and really try to create just an environment where anybody can be involved into a part of it, and just it's entertainment. It's great stuff. It's very family oriented. We're always going to keep that aspect of what we do. And then we're also going to think about the marketing partners and what their needs are. We're going to think about what the racers' needs are. And then our customers and our spectators that come out here. We're really going to try to equally promote all those different areas and open doors that really, in the off-road world, that has really never been done or seen.
And what's the website address that they should stay tuned into?
That's a good question. You're going to have to, we created, Joe, can you help me out on that one? AmericaOutdoorEvents.tv.
There we go.
That's a mouthful right there.
Yeah.
So it's, we've got some stuff that we're working on that'll make some of that stuff easier, but this is all happening so fast that we've got a lot of different areas to pull together. Right now, a lot of people already tune into the Mid-America Outdoors and have a lot of followers there. We have our, it's combining all this together has been a chore as far as those avenues and all the different areas that we actually in touch and involve ourselves with.
Yeah, it's just as challenging as wiring up audio for live TV, right?
Exactly. There's always those problems, but here's the thing is, we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes, but you know what? The one thing is I'm not a quitter either. We've got a lot of good people that count on and believe in what we're doing, and we're going to continue on, and we're going to continue to grow this thing and make right partners, such with Speed Sport, and we're going to see this thing through, and hopefully we. In a few years, we can look back and say, man, look where we came from and where we are now. So.
Yeah, well, as I was going to say, you can always follow along with speedsport.com, because we'll have all the latest news and info of what you're doing anyway. So just like with our audio, you just keep plugging away, right? Just keep digging.
Absolutely.
Jason, thanks for coming up here. Appreciate it. I know you got a lot to do here today. As I just mentioned to Jason a little while ago, I had the opportunity yesterday when I first got here to Disney to go for a ride with his race director, JT, around the course here that's some 5 miles long, and check out some of the crazy obstacles that make up the race course here in Disney, Oklahoma. Come along for the ride. JT, we're out here at the waterfall. What are the drivers trying to accomplish here?
So it's a really big step that they have to get up, and it's got water flowing down it, and it's a double ledge, so you got to pick your line and not break your car and not roll over. So it's a challenge.
On a difficulty level, what would you rate this at?
9.5.
Ooh, it's going to be fun to watch this. JT, you guys call this Little Blue, but to me it looks like big options.
There's a lot of options in this little canyon. There's multiple drops. You can run right down the middle, but it's a knuckle ripper offer, so it's tough.
And you really don't care which way they come through, they just got to come down through it.
No, I want to give them options because I don't want it to be a bottleneck. If somebody has a problem or turns turtle, has a gravity issue, I want people to be able to keep racing.
It's going to be a challenging area, so we've been ranking all of these. What's the difficulty here?
It's about an 8.
Well, you don't give these guys a break anywhere, do you?
It's kind of flat by the start-finish line.
I love it. Well, JT, I've been in Lazy Boys that didn't kick back this far. This is what you guys call Viagra, and we're going to race up and or down this depending on the category you're in this weekend, correct?
Yes, sir. The rock bouncers are going to race up it, and then 44, 48, and 45 are racing down it, and it's a challenge either way.
Okay, so we're doing the scale of difficulty. Where would you rate this one?
Coming down, it's about a 7. It's just the mental factor. It's intimidating.
I can tell you just from sitting here, the intimidation factor is about a 15. welcome back to our set here in Disney, Oklahoma. I've got some special guests who have just joined me here. You saw us talking about the rock bouncing down the course here at Viagra. This is Bree Molitor from the National Rock Racing Association, and of course our buddy Dave Arnold joining in here. Bree, tell me a little bit about rock racing, because in the world of motorsports, rock racing is really a pretty new deal.
It is. It's a young sport compared to some of the others that you guys are familiar with.
Compared to Dave.
Yeah, we won't go there. It got its beginnings in 2012, or the National Rock Racing Association specifically did. And I would say rock bouncing is rock crawling, but with some speed added. So it's doing it as fast as you can. So Clyde Bynum in 2012 with a core group of racers, had this desire to pit their machines against incredible obstacles at off-road parks all over the Southeast, and the sport grew out of that into the sport and the series into what it is today, which you guys are going to get to be watching, I hope.
Oh yeah.
Today, tomorrow, and Saturday we'll have racing going on here in all of our classes, and it's been really cool to watch it evolve over the years from the hill killing, what we call it, the style that it began with straight up difficult terrain, just a hill, and as the sport grew and the spectators grew as well, we had to make sure the parks we went to were spectator friendly and could accommodate a large crowd. And so that's been really cool to just see how the sport has grown and changed over the years, and how the parks that we go to have all this different terrain that we can utilize, from a man-made concrete obstacle, rocky riverbed, short course, and everything in between. And we still have the hills in there too.
You used the term rock bouncing, and Dave, I'm sure you can probably relate to this. When I think about bouncing with racing, this is the kind of thing I've done, but not voluntarily.
You're probably usually not wanting that when you're racing.
Yeah, you don't want to be. Usually in racing, you want to have contact as much as you can with the ground. Then their tires are spinning and they're bounced over some of the little obstacles, so they use the momentum and bounce up. So it's totally not in your brain when you're a racer to do it. And that's not really race. They do runs, is what they call that. A run, correct?
Yeah, or we'll call it Hill 1 or Course 1, depending on what we're racing on.
The other thing that I was talking with you about before we get on the air earlier is the vertical angle of the hill itself. When you go down and you look at something like
when you
go down and you look at something like Viagra or Cialis, that type of stuff, you go to a place like Daytona or Talladega and you think about 33, 36 degrees at the old Bristol. That was really something. Now here you're telling me we might see 70 degrees.
It's a whole different world of racing out here. We're mentioning Viagra because that's what we're racing on this evening. Easily, it's hard to tell when you're just standing at the bottom of it, but yeah, I would say it's a steep incline. You're going up it on all fours if you're trying to walk, or climb up with some good traction on your shoes too.
Well, and that's the other thing, if you're doing mountain climbing, if you're going to El Capitan in Yosemite and you're trying to go up that or Everest, you're looking for a handhold or a foothold to accomplish that as you move your way up. The racers are going to do the same thing, but it's where they're going to plant their tire, and they're also looking at the angle of the mountain itself as to how they want to try to get up that.
Right. So our drivers go out and study the hills, before every driver's meeting, and they're looking for the line that they're going to take, and where they're going to put their tire, looking at, like you said, the angle and how's it going to throw me, going up this part of the hill and planning for that. And, the best laid plans can easily go out the window once you get that first bounce, right?
Sure.
But they definitely take the time to study and find those lines.
And you know of a safe spot where you can take me so I can go watch this and everything will be okay?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
I got to see this done live.
You do.
And we're going to go do this now, as a matter of fact, because they're getting ready downstream here
Yep.
to go racing. So we're going to go ahead down course to the National Rock Racing Association as they get ready to go racing here in Disney, Oklahoma. I'm Ralph Shaheen. Thanks for joining us with Bree Molitor and Dave Arnold. We'll be back later tonight to wrap up day one here in Disney.
What is up, everybody? We are here in Disney, Oklahoma with the National Rock Racing Association. I got my good buddy Eric Hagan with me. We are here, and we have, obviously, Bree will be here shortly. She was just on our intro down there with Speed Sport.
Right.
We got some awesome racing action going on.
Oh, yeah, Matt. This is going to be a great day. The weather is perfect for racing,
It
for
is.
just spectating, for seeing everything.
It's warm, but it's not too hot. As you guys can see behind me, we've got some pretty gnarly courses we're going to be racing up and down and around today. We have 2 courses we're going to race in today. We did just kick off our kids section, our youth section a little bit ago. We wrapped that up. We have a ton of racing going on this weekend on Rock Racing TV. We have Ultra 4 finals and the Southern Rock Racing Series National Rock Racing Association finals going on this weekend. So we have 2 different finals, both happening here in Disney, Oklahoma. It's
Action-packed.
going to be bananas.
It is. It's already action-packed.
It really is.
By the way, this is Thursday.
Yes, this is Thursday.
And we'll be racing all the way through the weekend. So it's a great time.
When did you get here?
I got here midday yesterday.
Okay.
And it was an easy ride in. Of course, I had to stop in Bentonville because I'm a mountain biker as well. So I stopped and got a quick mountain bike ride in yesterday, and then I'm going to hit up Bentonville next week on my way back. You got to do it. So it's my two favorite passions. It's off-roading, and also mountain biking.
We have a ton of hills out here you can play on. These are a little steeper than probably somebody.
Oh, I've already hit a few of them.
Oh yeah.
It's this isn't really a mountain biking paradise.
It is not.
But you get in where you fit in. So
it is. Again, we got several classes racing with us this weekend. We have our UTV Cup Series, UTV Stock, UTV Bounty. We have Big Rock Bouncers. We have our youth class. We have our VIN class we also run. We have literally a little bit of every class running. We have 2 courses we're going to try to cram in today. We'll basically do our Friday show and our Saturday show all working
all
today.
In one.
We got some guys pulling the line here.
Here we're going. We're getting ready to race.
We are. I see some drones taking off. I see Justin Wills down there.
Oh, yeah.
He was our Highway to the Hill participant this week. So, again, you're going to see some really cool footage from him.
The drone footage has taken this to the next level.
It really has. It is bananas to watch.
Right.
And what's funny is now that we've started doing drone footage, if we stop for a race, it's like what
happened to the drone?
Yeah, what are you guys doing to us? Like,
no, bro, where are the drones at?
I tell them all the time that I hate how it looks because it makes our courses look so easy.
Yeah.
I'll be like struggling, wide open throttle, they'll pass me, fly in front of me. So it's just kind of funny to watch some of these guys be out there just full sending it in a rock bouncer, and then a drone passes them.
Yeah.
So, no, but drone pilots are awesome. Those guys are great. They come out and do a great show for us. We appreciate them. They do an awesome job. We appreciate all they do.
Hey, Vince. That's Bree. I'm Bree for now. I'm filling in while she comes back from the other live feed. She'll be here in a second, and you'll just get to hear my beautiful voice.
Yeah, we like it.
Yeah.
Again, you've done announcing with us. You've done broadcast with us.
Like I said, I get in where I fit in.
Yeah.
Wherever you need me, I'm the utility guy.
I'll say you've done media stuff with us. You've done broadcasting. You've done announcing.
Yeah.
And you and Zach are great on the mic announcing to the crowd. So, all right. We have Justin Wills looking like pulling to the course.
Let's go, Justin.
Again, he's going to be heading up our first course behind us, which is Viagra. Again, this is at place Big Meats Run. Happens here in Disney, Oklahoma every year. A lot of you guys might be familiar with that. So, Brandon Davis is taking off on our UTV stock class. So we have 2 different courses that will be running at the same time today.
It's going to get a little wild.
It's going to get really wild.
Really crazy.
It's going to get crazy. It'll be a lot of fun.
And that's the beauty. It rained out here the other day, which is fine, but this is all rock. So, you ain't worrying about – you're not really worrying about the hook dirt out here.
Yes.
You're worrying about the hook rock.
Yes.
And I rode my bicycle on it. I rode in a UTV on it. It'll hook. I mean, it is sure enough.
All right. Justin Wills is taking off the Big Rock Bouncer. Again, comes out of our race line starting gate, heading over our little holly rock pile here. Again, heading up Viagra. This was kind of made famous by, airing it out.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. Just, people cannot get a sense of how incredible this is.
It really, and videos and pictures do that thing no justice.
They really don't.
What would you say? Is it 8 stories, 6 stories?
I would say every bit of 8 stories. You can see Matt Merrick up there from Busted Knuckle Films on top of it. Justin Wills coming down this little waterfall here.
I mean, that's an 8-foot ledge he just dropped down.
Easy. And then coming down, going around our flags, heading through the finish line. Again, we'll see if we can't get a time for him.
Look, these suspensions, they're just soaking it up like a dish sponge.
Wow. Again, going around, looping out, coming around.
We got racers popping up on us.
Um, 16692. 166.92.
That puts Justin Wills in the lead.
That does. I hear a bunch of other bouncers pulling around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear them too, so we'll see how long Justin gets to stay number 1.
Yeah. Oh, splashing through that water.
I'm sorry, that was Brandon's score.
99.888. 99.888. Again, I have like rock bouncers on both sides of me, and Clyde's kind of screaming in radio.
Yeah.
So
we have rock bouncers in high definition.
Yes.
They are coming from all different angles.
Yes.
That DC Thompson leaving the starting line.
All right, and then taking off our line, Jack Porter.
Jack Porter and the big bouncers. He's going to head up Viagra and just get rowdy. Oh, yeah. Making small change of that.
There we go. Quick work.
The old Venom buggy just swallowed Viagra.
It did. It did. Again, you can see him floating through there. Again,
Look at him.
Coming across, dropping down that waterfall.
Yeah, drop it like it's hot, Jack.
Coming out. You can see it heading straight. You're going to make a left turn right here. Again, looks like he's coming around that rock pile.
And we apologize for the having 2 races simultaneously. Try to keep up if you can. This is going to be an action-packed day. It's a whole weekend event that we're cramming into 5 hours. And, you know, one of the advantages is that is all the race venue excuse me, we got we're getting a score in.
I didn't hear DC Thompson's time. 9.2.75, and Tim Cameron is leaving the line in the UTV.
All right, Tim Cameron in UTV.
Jack Porter dropping down Cialis, coming across, heading through the finish line, ripping through that water.
Boy, he's tearing it up.
And again, we are blazing through it. Taylor, can you give our Clyde's radio a little bit louder? And what was Jack Porter's time?
All right.
Daniel Heckley leaving the line.
Daniel Heckley.
All right, we got Daniel Heckley just climbed up Viagra. And again, we apologize. We're not going to get all of our times turned out there as quick as possible because we have so many racers going on. We have side-by-sides. We have rock bouncers shooting off the starting line, going different directions. Almost simultaneously right now because we're literally putting a Friday's worth of race course and a Saturday's worth of race course all in a 5-hour window. if you're here, it's awesome. If you're
It is.
if it's hyperactive, you love this. It's awesome.
If you have ADHD, then we apologize, but we are all over the place today. And Taylor, you might just need to yell at us. Yell at us. That is right. And it looks like we have a nice drone video footage. Wow, that thing is beautiful. We got Daniel Heckley coming down. It looks like CRRS. And he is wide open. Hauling the mail. Hey, looks like you dropped a few levers back there, Daniel. Hauling it. 90.801. All right, Daniel. All right, let's go, Jay Stewart. Leaving the line in forward play. Look at the angle of Viagra. Golly, that is beautiful. All right, we got Jay coming down the ledge. Chicky Barton just finished. All right, so after the race, we're going to have times all official. We're keeping them as updated as we can, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to really maintain them as accurately as our official timekeeper sitting beside us. So we do apologize for that. We could get them to you, but we want them to be a little bit more accurate than the way that we would be presenting them. So we've got Jay Storch coming down Cialis. Looked like he had a little bobble there at the end, but he's all right. It's like, which way did he go? He's flying through. All right, Jay Storch with a 102.254. All right. Yeah. I'm definitely not Bree, and I tell you what, I don't even want to try to pretend to be. Bree has it down pat. Yeah, let's get it, Trent. Watching from Cincinnati. All right, Connie. All right, looks like we got Bree coming up. Bree's going to be helping me out. We had Matt Holt had to get ready and go get in line to go get started. So we had a little bit of mini chaos going on here. Oh, look at this. What we got? Oh, whoa. Put that thing back up. We got the front drive shaft hanging out.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, Bree.
What's up, Eric?
Bree is back. Hey, look, the live, our fans on the live feed are just begging for you, saying,
What?
I'm not
You
Bree.
guys miss me?
Yeah.
Aw. Let me get caught up here, Eric.
I'm going to let you run Matt's book, too.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's a mess. But the good thing is we have some good views.
Oh, yeah, guys, I was over with the Speed Sport crew, giving them a little introduction into the NRRA.
Looked like you were having fun
and then I
over
booked
there.
it back over here in the Can-Am, and here we are.
When they said you were going to fly, I was like, well, that's really the only way to get over here, because it's with all these puddles that you would either have to run through. It's like, how are we going to go? Is this Dan the Man Carter? All right. Looks like Dan Carter just finished.
Hey, Taylor, I can't hear radio in mine. Can you turn it up a little, please? Barely.
And for those of you watching the live feed, we'd really appreciate it if you do a like and share. Let everybody know we're going live. We got the next few hours. It's just going to be super action-packed. I don't know.
No, Taylor. All right, I got to get caught up on what I missed here. So we run already. We had Justin Wheels. And we had Jay Stewards. Oh, man, I missed a couple. Nope, still the same. Taylor? It's just very low.
Yeah, we can barely hear the radio.
What's up, Greg Meadows?
They missed you, Bree.
Aw.
They missed you.
You guys make me feel special. Who do we have on the line? Is this Clint Ratcliffe on Trent? I combined Clint Garrison and Trent Ratcliffe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happens when you hang around with everybody so long.
Yeah, he's in Sucker Punch. And talking about so long, this buggy has been around a hot minute.
It sure has.
Man, 8 or 9 years or something like that. I mean, it's gone through iterations. It's gotten upgrades.
We use Sucker Punch for our Women in Wheeling
4x4
Nation calendar.
Yes.
And I was sitting in it.
All right. Funny story about that. When that year was...
Didn't. It's muffled, Taylor.
Yeah, we cannot hear that.
Okay, could you repeat it for us? We're going to get that time for you guys for Trent. Why are they making Viagra look so easy right now? Thank you, Vince. I do my best to represent for all those that are new to the sport of rock racing that hopefully will be watching you guys live right now.
Yeah.
All right, Wade Good is pulling up to the line, and Misfit. Woo, Wade did me a huge favor earlier when we needed to film a safety segment for sport and highlight all the important safety aspects that we require here for our drivers. So shout out to Wade for being a good sport and doing that. He did a great job. Hopefully you guys will be able to see that little feature shortly. Welcome to Legends of the Fall. I don't know, Eric and Matt might have already done this bit for you guys, but since I missed it, I'm going to do it again. If you're just joining us, welcome to the National Rock Racing Finals in Disney, Oklahoma. This event is called Legends of the Fall. It's a combination. We've got so much going on the next 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Between Ultra 4 racing, NRRA racing, and the MAO Short Course Series, pit bike, some other stuff.
If it races this weekend, it's racing.
It's in Disney, Oklahoma.
Oh, it's here.
So we are racing on the iconic Viagra here in Disney, Oklahoma. And if you have heard of it before, all right, I don't. Okay, who was the first driver? It's too loud now, Taylor. I'm sorry, I can't. But who was the first driver time that Clyde said? Okay. Don't yell at me, but can you turn it down just a little bit? Technical difficulties, guys. Hey, it wouldn't be a normal race day if everything went perfectly smoothly.
If it went smooth, for sure.
We got word that Trent did not go around one of the boulders at the top of the hill that he was supposed to.
Yeah.
We're not sure yet if that's going to be a DNF or if he's going to get a rerun. Usually that type of thing is a question that Clyde will put to the other drivers. And just to keep it fair, everyone gets to weigh in on that. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. Wade Good is on the starting line now.
All right, Wade. And Wade is in the hunt for...
With only 7 points.
It's crazy.
Separating Wade in second place and Timmy in first place right now, coming into this finals weekend.
And by the way, Wade is also a rookie?
Yes, Wade's first season in the Bouncer Misfit.
So what would you think about the Rookie of the Year winning the Cup Series?
I don't know. Is there a limit on how many trophies someone can take home in a weekend?
I don't know.
Is
he broke? Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
No way.
Broke a tie rod. Man, these rocks are tough on stuff, guys. This is my first time ever being out here to Disney, Eric, and the terrain out here is so different from anything else that any other places that we really race on, because it's just pure rock.
Yeah.
It's actually really nice, though, after coming off of the extreme dust of Bikini Bottoms,
right,
to have this
virtually no dust.
Racing straight on the rock out here.
Oh, yeah. Virtually no dust.
I wasn't here. I didn't even see you run. I just got here. What are you looking for? Clay Cason's up here poking around, and on my notebook, we don't have what you're looking for.
We have less than what you have.
That's true.
Go over there to the
drive faster, Clay.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. There you go. Little tip for you. Brandon Davis is on the starting line. All right, guys, I'm going to try and do a little catch-up for you. If you can't tell, we've kind of got a lot of stuff going on here in Disney, Oklahoma right now. We have had Justin Wills, Jay Storts, Daniel Heckley, and Trent Ratcliffe run in the bouncer class so far. I don't think I've missed anybody else besides that. We've got Brandon Davis on the starting line. You guys are watching Legends of the Fall, the National Rock Racing Association Finals. We are in Disney, Oklahoma, and we are racing on Viagra right now. There are some interesting names out here for the hills. I'm going to say that somebody was in a pretty specific mood when they named these out here.
Absolutely.
Viagra. Okay, we just heard that we've got a breakage on a UTV. Not sure which. Change our lineup a little bit. We're just trying to keep up, and everything's rolling fast out here, so I hope you guys at home are paying attention.
That's right. You just hang on.
You got to keep up.
That's if you're just sitting back, we're getting like maybe 5 different news sources from us all simultaneously.
Is this what it's like at a press junket when everyone's yelling questions at you at one time?
Maybe so. I don't know. I've never been.
To
one of the reasons why I don't ever go to press junkets.
That's why you've always avoided them in life so far, Eric.
Yeah. So, and we at least have one racer live.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about what we're racing on today, because I think
Nathan King, 204.260 for Nathan King. All right, looks like Wade Good is now out of the way, so looks like we're looking for a course clear out here. And as you were saying, Bree, these rocks, they hook. There is no hook dirt out here. It is hook rock.
There is some extreme traction.
I'm telling you what.
On these hills.
It is.
And we've got Tyler Bradley ready to roll in our RCD Axle UTV Cup class. Obviously, we're doing things a little different tonight, guys, because we are running our Branik Motorsports Bouncer class and our RCB Axle UTV Cup class at the same time. We've got about 5 hours scheduled to fit in a full 2-day normal weekend of racing here. Let me see. Daniel Heckley had a 90.801. Scott? Thank you guys for tuning in here for finals. We are kicking everything off right now. We're going to be racing tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. There's a lot of points here at stake for all of our drivers. Brandon Davis on the course now.
Looks like Tyler Bradley's having a little trouble out there. Going to head back to Brandon. Oh, looks like Brandon looked like he's going to have to back up and hit Viagra again.
Have we seen anybody have to back up
I
yet?
I haven't.
Okay. You got to get that line right.
All right.
All right, and Brandon Davis is out the top and making his way back around. We are going to bring you guys the times at the end of the race. I know it feels a little frenetic keeping up with both classes going on right now, but just so you know, we'll make sure to get those to you at the end of the race.
That's going to be great, too.
All right, Brandon Davis on course right now.
All right.
He should be coming across the top. There he is.
And it looks like that rock, they're going to be able to go around either way around that rock.
Yeah, there's a huge boulder at the top. Brandon already went one direction around it, and he's making his way down Cialis right now. Like I said, some interesting, very specific names out here.
See, Alice.
And there it is for Brandon.
What?
109.076.
Yeah, .076.
For Brandon Davis. The fastest time right now on Hill 1 for the bouncer class looks like Daniel Heckley with a 90.8. We've got Kenneth Cozine and Bad Donkey pulling up to the line. Taylor, do we know what happened to Tyler Bradley? All right, I think he's still out on course. Kenneth was having some trouble with Bad Donkey this afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whatever it is, it looks like he might have figured it out.
I'm blanking right now. He told me what it was, but I'm drawing a blank.
Oh,
but
man.
Glad to see that he's got everything running.
Yeah.
Was that for Tyler? For Tyler Bradley in our UTV Cup class, he had a 199.198. That was Tyler Bradley in UTV Cup class. Kenneth Cozine out in the bouncer right now. On course, he made his way up Viagra. He's got to go down that waterfall, make a big loop back around, and then he'll be coming down what's known as Cialis, and then straight on, blast through the water into the finish line. That's how it's supposed to work anyway.
Yep.
Hopefully that's what happens for him. Did I hear that right, Taylor? How many drivers did we have? All right, apparently UTV Cup is already done with course 1. Clearly I missed some stuff in my little stint over at the Speed Sport trailer. We'll get caught up on that and bring you guys all those times later on after the race. If you're just joining us, thanks for tuning in to Hillside Live. I'm Bree Molitor. I've got special guest Eric Hagan filling in for me as Matt Holt is on the starting line.
He is on the line.
Let's see if we can get Kenneth's time.
Thank you, Bree. It's always a pleasure to just step in and just fill audio space while.
Well, we
oh
appreciate
my gosh.
it, Eric.
Now
no.
We have another break.
These rocks,
these
I'm
rocks
telling
are
you,
killing
this
it.
is traction that we are not used to seeing on a lot of our race courses. Kenneth Cozine has pulled off course. Bad Donkey is broke. I'm not sure what. We don't have a visual on it right now.
I'm hoping it wasn't, what you were referring to
the
earlier.
Thing that I can't remember.
Right,
that
the
was
thing
wrong
that you can't remember. Maybe he can't remember what was wrong with it. I sure hope that
was
he
it
gets
a pulley? I can't quite remember.
It's on.
That is Matt Holt on the starting line. You guys are watching Legends of the Fall. This is our finals for the National Rock Racing Association. Make sure, as always, that you're watching on Rock Racing TV page, please. We want to be able to see your comments, answer your questions, and interact with you guys. We are watching from Rock Racing TV. So if you want us to see what you're saying, make sure that's the page that you're on, too. All right, speaking of having a little trouble earlier today, Matt and I were on a mission for something this afternoon, and we broke down on the side of the trail. Looks like he was able to get everything back up and running. He melted a wire on a header, something like that.
Yeah.
I actually took some behind-the-scenes video that I think might be kind of entertaining. So, do you guys want me to post that later? I was in the passenger seat.
That's awesome.
All right, guys, I do have the times from our RCB Axle Unlimited UTV class, and I will give those to you when we get a break in the action here. Just so you know, though, we do have them.
Let's go, Matt Holt.
Come on, Matt.
We don't need no backseat upsies. We need go-sees.
Taylor, you have a video from earlier? Whoo, like herding cats, guys, like herding cats.
Hey,
well, Matt and I made a video showing you guys the obstacles that we're racing on, trying to give you some perspective, standing at the bottom and what they look like and some of those details. Apparently, it has been lost in the void between Matt and Taylor. We'll get it to you eventually, though. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Matt Holt on the course now. Attempting
what an amazing view.
It really is. Shout out to all of our drone pilots, our drone operators for the footage, the amazing footage that they add to the live feed for us.
It looks like Matt's backing down. Joyride Matt.
All right, Matt did back off the course. I don't think he broke anything.
Nope.
Maybe just trying to prevent
just a few hearts.
Any more breakage. Just a few hearts.
He just broke a few hearts. There you go. There's your list.
All right. I'm going to give you a rundown from our UTV class because I missed most of it as well. We had Brandon Davis with a 96.6, Clay Kaysen with a 71.4, Wyatt Wilson with an 81.8, Nathan King with a 204.2. Oh, Nathan must have had some trouble.
He did.
To go back and watch that. DC Thompson with a 92.0, Tyler Bradley with a 199.1, Tim Cameron with a 65.6, Clint Garrison was DNF, Madison King. Wait, Clint Garrison's not here. Never mind. I read wrong numbers.
There he is.
Clint might be watching this and be like, what?
What?
Clint's not here. Madison King with a 74.6. Cash, not here.
Not here.
Dan Carter with a 103.0. What happened to Cooper? Eric.
I don't know.
Did he not run?
He's standing right here.
Oh, well, I know. He helped me out earlier when...
I don't know.
He gave me a ride.
Ah.
I know he's here.
There it is.
Oh. Cooper.
I wonder why he didn't run.
I don't like missing stuff. I feel like I don't know what's happening. Cooper did not run for some reason.
Cooper did not run.
Interesting. All right. Hey, who out there is watching knows why right now? Does anybody know why Cooper Bentley did not run? Cooper, he's like just far enough away that I can't yell at him. All right, so that did conclude Hill 1 for the RCB Axle UTV Cup class. Those numbers, those times that I just read off for you guys. We are still in the middle of the Branik Motorsports Bouncer class. What is up, everybody? We've got Tim Cameron on the line.
There goes Tim Cameron. And I'm going to let you.
Jake Hembry asking how he can go back and watch the UTV race. Jake, all of these live videos will be posted to Facebook once it's over and we're not live anymore. Then they'll be living on Facebook, and you can go back and watch those at a later time.
Woo. Whew. Well,
all right, Tim Cameron is in the lead for the season right now, coming into this weekend by only 7 points.
Until Wade broke. Do we know what Wade broke?
Tyrod?
Okay, Tyrod. Man, you hate to see that happen. Stink. Again, Wade having a phenomenal season. I was talking to him a little bit this week about it, and he said, you know what? I love where I'm at. He said, I've had a great rookie year in the Rock Bouncer.
He really has.
And I forget that. I forget this.
I know. Eric brought that up earlier.
Like, I forget this is Wade's rookie year, and he literally has had
76.581 for Tim Cameron. That is your fastest time right now. Hill 1 in the Bouncer class.
And he had, Wade had Timmy on the ropes all season.
He has really pushed him
literally
hard.
7 points coming into final difference between first and second. And this is his rookie year.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to see what's going to happen.
7 points at all is pretty amazing
yes.
when you consider how many points are at stake for the whole season. But, yeah, for it to be Wade's rookie year in the Bouncer class, he's, of course, raced in the UTV class with us and last season.
But first season in a big bouncer. So to see a guy in his rookie year,
that's a pretty good
first time in a big bouncer, come out and battle Timmy within 7 points going into finals. Oh, by the way, that's his rookie year. Like,
yeah.
And I guess I had just forgot. Like Wade's been around racing with us for years, but this is his first year in a bouncer, and so it's super awesome to see that. And again, huge shout out to Wade Good coming out, being a heck of a champion. I guarantee he's still going to put Timmy on the ropes for the next 3 courses.
Well, apparently, Clay said that he broke a rear diff as well.
I'm sure
not just the tie rod.
I'm sure he broke some ring and pinions.
Hopefully, he's got a good pit crew to help him out.
He would Snapchat me every time he'd be replacing one, and he has like a pile of 14-bolt ring and pinions in his house. So
that's good. Hopefully, he brought some with him.
Yeah. So.
We have a question of what was Jay and Justin's time. Jay Stortz had a 102.2. And Justin Wills had a 99.8. Fastest time right now is Tim Cameron with a 76, followed by Daniel Heckley with a 90.8, and then Justin Wills with a 99. I don't think I'm missing any times for our bouncer class. Matt, maybe you could pull your spreadsheets back up and we can keep up with those.
One. I think I have one.
Yes, Billy Wade did break. Tie rod and rear diff is what I have been told.
I think I have one time for the bouncers.
Well, there's only 6, so now would be a good time to catch up.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah,
yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, thanks, Taylor. I appreciate that. You should have been here at the beginning when we had 2 lanes both rocketing off at the same time. We had bouncers on both sides of the trailer roaring.
Yeah, I came in the middle of that, and it was a little discombobulating.
We had bouncers on both sides. You couldn't even hear Clyde when he was saying the times. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to scrap this.
Lots of exciting stuff going on down here in Disney, Oklahoma for the NRRA Finals. And not just the NRRA Finals, but this is the Legends of the Fall. We've got Ultra 4 Finals out here this weekend. We've got the MAO side-by-side racing, their pit bike series. There's so much happening, guys. And, I think I said – whatever I said, I meant short course.
Yes.
Thank you, Matt. And, so all of that happening out here between Disney and Mid-America, and it's a lot going on. And as you can tell, we are fitting a normal 2-day race weekend into one nighttime or evening of racing.
4.5-hour window.
Yeah. So a little different format than we're used to. Thank you guys for bearing with us here as we try and keep everything straight.
Yes. Again, we had side-by-sides literally taking off, and then the bouncer would take off. Side-by-side would finish. It was bananas earlier. So a lot of fun to watch if you're here.
High speed,
yes,
high horsepower chaos.
To a hyperactive guy, this is like the greatest thing ever. Like no,
Matt's
there's
like, I don't know.
Yes, this is awesome.
I don't know what to do.
Like finally something to keep up. It's so great to see. Again, it's a little challenging. We have several of our staff that like have smoke coming out under their.
It's the only thing that runs as fast as your brain.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's just kind of awesome to see all our staff that has definitely risen to the occasion of all the craziness this weekend. So I appreciate all the staff, the camera guys, our drone guys. So appreciate everybody out here helping out, jumping in, and making this weekend possible with Ultra 4 and the NRRA.
Did Jack run?
He did. Had an awesome run. Had a smoking run.
Okay.
Everybody, all bouncers.
Jack did run, but I don't have his time.
Had a great run. I don't remember his time, but all the bouncers are done. I was second to last to go, and then Timmy ran right after me. So.
Oh, okay. So that's it for.
Yeah, bouncers are done. We have all our bouncers.
All right. Well, I definitely missed a few then. Like we did with UTV Cup guys, we will get that list of times for you and do a rundown.
Okay.
So apparently we have wrapped up Hill 1 for the Branik Motorsports Bouncer class. We are going to go into our UTV Bounty class, and as always, they are running the same course that our bouncers ran, which is up Viagra, down and around the waterfall, make a big loop, and then down Cialis through the finish line.
I believe our stock class is gone. Maybe UTV Cup Series is gone. Cup Series is gone.
Has gone.
Vin class has not ran.
We still have Bounty and
Vin
UTV
class.
Stock and Vin and Youth.
Youth went before
Never mind.
they kicked off our show.
I missed the Youth. How did that go?
Yeah, it was great. They had a small course
you
here.
You guys started early.
We did.
Wow, I missed more than I thought.
We were running Youth before I even had you when I talked to you on the phone.
Okay.
So when you were doing the kickoff show, so I was like, yeah, it's bananas. Like it's pandemonium down here.
If you guys missed it, well, I missed it because I was down the river a ways, doing a little segment pre-race show with Speed Sport. Those guys over there were awesome, and I want to thank them for including us in their show and for their curiosity and wanting to get to know more about the NRRA and rock bouncing as a sport and what we do. So that's where I was, and I missed a few things, so I'm playing catch-up here. So thank you guys for being patient.
It's a good time. Again, we appreciate the guys kicking off. I know they partnered with Mid-America this year. Signed a deal, so they're going to do some more stuff with them coming up. You guys will hear about that.
Yeah, that's Speed Sport. Shout out to the Robinette family. We want to say thank you for their promotion of off-road racing and how they have brought all of our different genres together and are really just promoting off-road racing and off-road sports in general and increasing and combining our fan bases. It's really cool. So we're glad to see that out here this weekend. It makes for a really busy few days of racing, but it is so worth it to have everybody here in one place and everybody getting introduced to a new style of racing that they might not know as much about and making new fans out of them. So, yeah, it's cool stuff going on here in Disney, Oklahoma. Thank you guys for watching here on Hillside Live with Matt and I. We are kicking off our UTV Bounty class right now. We had Hill 1 for the Bouncers and UTV Cup already.
We have amazing fans who brought us some snacky snacks that are like...
it's not just snacky snacks, it's chocolate.
Yes, so we have some nice cooled Kit Kats and Snickers bars. Again, Brandon Davis taking off in his full body there.
All right, so we're in the Rock Life Off-Road Stock class over on that lane. Brandon Davis starting things off.
What was funny is we kicked it off on the UTV Cup Series with Brandon, so I was like, he uses the same vehicle for two classes, so I was like, which is this? Is this stock or is this UTV Cup Series?
I need some more information. Brandon is second in points right now for the season in the stock class coming into this weekend. Cody Kaysen being first in points. So about a 35 points between them. So a lot of points at stake right now for our Cup classes, especially this weekend. But all of our classes will have the usual 100 points. Our Cup classes will have 200. Finals is always an interesting time when things can easily get shaken up in the standings. Brandon with a 50.817. That was our first run for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class.
What's up, Thomas Lohr? Thomas Lair tuning in from CTC Perfection Driveline. Brandon Smith.
Dan Carter on the line now.
Mama Bynum tuning in with us.
Get it, Dan. Dan's in 5th in points right now in the Rock Life Off-Road stock
He comes
class.
out and races sometimes in weekends. A majority of the weekends, he races all 3 classes with us in side-by-side. UTV Cup Series, UTV Bounty, stock class. Again, comes out and just thrashes with it. At one point, he was racing 3 side-by-sides in 3 different classes. So he's a pretty busy guy. Okay, Bounty just kicked off as well. Again, UTV Bounty is kind of interesting. I have a lot of respect for these guys. I say it all the time. They run the same course the big bouncers do, and they do it in a much smaller vehicle. So, again, I have a lot of respect for these guys. They get up and they're hammer down on it. So,
Taylor, can we get a confirmation on if this is Clint Strain? All right, guys, Dan Carter just finished with a 49.716. Cody Kaysen now on the line for the stock class. Over in the bounty class, we've got Clint Strain working his way through the course. Cody Kaysen just took off for the stock class. All right, that's Clint there on the course.
got DC Thompson. Looks like he's pulling the line. Again, he has a new little flames wrap there. That's pretty sharp. We got Zach and Eric Hagan over here being ornery.
I can only imagine. All right, Cody is about to come ripping through the finish line. Throwing some rocks. Colton Hoback's running.
Running for his life. 50.518. Wow, he is hauling.
That means Dan Carter's got the fastest time in the stock class right now with a 49.7. Then Cody with a 50.5, and then Brandon Davis with a 50.8. Clint Strain finishing up over on the bounty course right now. That's a 132.892 for Clint Strain, our first racer out for the UTV Bounty class. Justin Hoback is on the line now in Big Bertha for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class, our only four-seater out here racing. And you know what? Justin is third in points for the whole season right now coming into this weekend.
And is crushing life in a four-seater. Oh, look at this. We got DC Thompson, one of the wildest drivers in the Southern Rock Racing Series, lined up with an in-car. I'm pretty stoked. This is like a fighter pilot type mentality here.
Our in-cab footage was something new we were able to add at our last race at Bikini Bottoms and was pretty popular, and I definitely think it adds a fun perspective to the racing, so I'm glad that we can continue with that. Justin Hoback is out on the course for the stock class right now. There's DC Thompson climbing up Viagra in the bounty class.
Justin smoking through. 48.008.
That is your new leader.
I was just going to say.
On Hill 1 for the stock class. Well done, Justin Hoback.
That is impressive.
48.0. Your next fastest time is Dan Carter with a 49.7.
That is impressive. Again, big tires. That's impressive.
DC Thompson is still working his way around. There's that giant boulder that Eric and I were talking about earlier. The drivers have the choice of going around that either direction. And just so long as they don't cut it short and skip it.
The good news about that, I don't think you're going to cut it short.
Oh, Trent Ratcliffe missed it somehow.
Yeah?
He didn't go around
Okay.
it.
All right. Okay.
So I guess it can happen. Braden Upchurch just took off for the stock class. DC Thompson still working his way through in the Bounty course. If you guys are just joining us, welcome to Hillside Live. This is finals for the National Rock Racing Association. We will be racing tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday, so you'll have all kinds of action you can tune into here on Rock Racing TV. Make sure you're watching from that Rock Racing TV Facebook page so we can see your comments and interact with you guys.
Which we love to do. Again, we love seeing everybody's tuning in from. Who the fastest time is. Obviously, the bouncers are in for the first course. We're wrapping up most of the classes for the first course of the day. Wow.
That's a 131.151 from DC Thompson for the UTV Bounty class.
Again, heck of a run by DC Thompson. Awesome to see that in-car.
Dan Carter working hard, running back and forth. He just raced the stock class, and now he's sitting on the line, ready to go for UTV Bounty class. He did a quick change of vehicle there.
Yeah, run that Rock Life off-road wrap. Again, those guys are out here. Seen Brian Dunnigan running around with them earlier. They were doing GoPro footage this afternoon. For those of you who don't know, so we started racing like 4:30ish. And officially 4:30ish kind of started kicking off the kids class. Jay Storch is pulling up there in the UTV stock class. He's taking off, ripping off the line. The sun is starting to set. So soon we will be in the dark running races
We're going to be night racing for the very first time all
season. Which will be
awesome.
I am so excited to see some night racing going down. Excited to be a part of it. I was a little easy on the bouncer. I wanted to go a little harder, but I kept thinking, you know what? Don't break it. We got like 3 days of racing, and I really want to hit the big hill. I probably won't make it because I don't know if I have 1,600 horsepower to get to the top.
You either have it or you don't, Matt. I don't think it's a you don't know kind of situation.
Me and my brother talked about that. That's one hill that you either know at the bottom, I'm going to make this, or you're like, probably not going to happen.
What do you think Dan Carter's thinking right now?
Oh, come on, get back on your tires.
Oh, that was a slow slide to the bottom of
this right
Niagara.
here. This right here is a perfect example of why we've been pumping water out of this all week.
That was Jay Stort's time with a 50.763 in the UTV stock class. We've got Greg asking if Trent was a DNF. Trent, I have not heard which way that went yet. I think he did not run again, so I do believe it was a DNF.
Yeah.
I didn't see a second run for him. We do have a replay for Dan Carter.
Again, this is Dan Carter coming off the line. He's racing, I believe, all three classes weekend with 3 different vehicles. He's known to do that. Gets a little wild and crazy. His better half is out here supporting him this weekend, as well as Rock Life.
Well, it really gets wild and crazy when we're running both of his classes at the same time.
He's like, I'm sure Jody.
It's like an endurance event now.
I'm sure Jody and Brian are down there trying to help get buggies switched and helmets and GoPros. And, again, it's super awesome to see. Again, we talked a little bit about, there's the replay, launching up that, hitting that number 3 spot.
Dan was the most recent subject for Highway to the Hill.
Yep.
I hope you guys were able to catch that episode and get to know him a little bit better.
Justin Wills, they were following this weekend, so we're super excited to see that. Again, Justin's a good buddy of mine. Can't wait to see his. I'm sure it was wild and crazy. Again, Dan Carter, upside down over there. Again, hate to see that for the Rock Life off-road crew. Again, I know Brian Dunnigan and the Rock Life off-road crew do a bunch with the side-by-sides and stock class and some of the pros. I know they do a ton with different classes, help a lot of guys out. So give them a shout out. Again, you saw them upside down. There used to be water there at the beginning of the week, so we've been pumping a lot of that out.
Yeah, Matt and I made a video earlier today.
Yes.
And we'll share that, guys. We'll share that with you guys tomorrow.
Shared it this afternoon.
You did?
Rock Racing TV,
Taylor
Instagram.
said he didn't get it.
I loaded it out here.
Oh, we can't share it on the live feed, but apparently it is on social media.
Yes. So we loaded on the National
Matt.
Rock Racing Association and the Southern Rock Racing Series, Rock Racing TV pages on Instagram and Facebook, as well as we threw it on some stories. So.
All right, yeah, that was just to give you guys a little bit of a different perspective of, instead of just a vehicle being out on the hill, but have Matt and I actually standing out there and talking about it, and just let you see a little more about the areas that we're racing on out here this weekend. So go check that out if you haven't yet. Matt was talking about how we've pumped water out, and that was one of the things we mentioned in the video, was obviously, as a safety concern, we don't want there to be deep water at the bottom of something that someone could potentially roll down into and be upside down in. So they've had a pump running all day and got that level down to where we wanted it to be safe. We've got Madison King on the line on the UTV Bounty side, and it looks like Daniel Heckley on the stock class side. Madison is out on the course now.
Again, this is our UTV Bounty series they're running. They're running the same courses as the Big Bouncers. Getting out there, thrashing around a little bit.
Nicely
Made it
done.
look smooth.
Look at that. Some of you guys might be familiar with the with this hill called Viagra out here because Bobby Tanner made it somewhat infamous 5, 6 something years ago.
8 to 10.
Taking Screaming Blue
8 to
up
10.
I think it was like 2016.
Yeah.
15? I don't know.
It was a while ago.
Something like that. It's been a while, but driving Screaming Blue up it, and that video has a whole lot of views.
It does.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go to YouTube and well, I was going to say type in Bobby Tanner Viagra, but maybe not, because that just sounds weird.
Yeah, there could be a lot of...
these names, y'all.
There could be a lot of videos that pop up around Bobby Tanner.
Yeah, just put Disney. Put Disney.
Yeah.
There you go. You'll find it. Madison King's making her way around the top of the course here. This is the same thing that the bouncer class ran on earlier. Looks like she's stalled out a little bit. I can't quite tell if she's
moving again. Kind of clear that ledge right there.
Let's take a moment and collect her thoughts.
I came here in 2016. I was looking up to make sure it was right. 2016. Me and my brother and some other buddies. My dad came down here for Big Meats Run. Brought some Jeeps and some side by sides and had a blast at the infamous waterfall. And again, that's one thing where a lot of guys post. There's a huge crowd usually, so you see a lot of videos. A lot of people in race cars that aren't race cars trying to do race car stuff. So that's always a good time to watch. Today, these are more professional drivers. So again, you're going to see a lot of nonstop action.
For the best on this kind of terrain.
Yes. Splashing through that water. That'll be a little cooler later tonight when it hit that water.
That's a 136.778 for Madison King, our third driver in the UTV Bounty class. We've got Daniel Heckley taking off over on the stock class side. Daniel's time to beat right now is Justin Hoback with a 48.0. Then Dan Carter with a 49. And Cody Kaysen with a 50.5. We have three drivers in the 50s right now in the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. We've got Cody Kaysen with a 50.5, Jay Storch with a 50.7, and Brandon Davis with a 50.8. Safe to say, they definitely found the sweet spot with getting around this course as fast as possible, and there's not a whole lot of area for really making up any extreme amounts of time out here. Tyler Bradley taking off on the UTV Bounty side. Tyler, can you ask for Daniel Heckley's time, please?
All right. Tyler Bradley up there just bashing. There we go.
Wow, that was a 42.817 for Daniel Heckley in the UTV stock class. He just blasted his way through that course. So Daniel with a 42. Our next fastest time is Justin Hoback with a 48. And then we've got 3 drivers all in the 50s. So somewhere Daniel found some of that time that I had just been saying I didn't think was out there.
Yeah, he pulled it awful hot and steamy there. So in the booth with us, Mr. Wade Good. We saw you disappear, and everybody said you broke. We weren't sure what you broke. What's going on with the buggy? What do we need to work on tonight?
It just pulled the bolt out of the tie rod end. It's an easy fix, but it sucks that something stupid like that costs you a championship or a possibility of a championship.
Possibility, yeah.
But it's just part of it.
And again, coming into the season, we had battled 9 races so far, 900 points possible. You and Timmy were 7 points apart going in today. And I was telling the viewers, it's crazy to think, I forget this is your rookie year.
Yep.
Like, you've raced side-by-side, because I guess you've raced side-by-sides with us so long that joining Big Bouncers was just kind of a natural flow. And obviously you did incredible this season, coming in, beating guys who've been racing 3 or 4 years. What was something you really, really absolutely loved this season?
Just the competition. I wish some of these people would come back that used to race and just see how much it stepped up in the year. I know people can say it's my first year and I don't know what it was before, but you can ask Timmy. we took it to another level. And,
yeah.
We're still getting faster. We're pushing each other stupid. And it's been real fun, but it sucks, but part of racing.
And again, it was being a racing fan first and foremost. It was amazing to watch you and Timmy this season, literally neck and neck every race. Everybody's pins and needles, seeing who's going to win. And each race, you guys kind of clipping each other out. I think 4 of the 9 we had came down to had to add time. So I mean, when you guys are splitting hairs from first course and second course together, you have to kind of appreciate that, and that has to be a huge pat on the back to be battling a guy that's won 7 championships. So.
On the screen right now, you guys can see Tyler Bradley's having a little trouble right now. Looks like maybe his front end quit pulling. I couldn't quite tell when I glanced over. The lighting on the screen was messing with me.
Somebody was saying you broke a rear axle, ring and pinion,
Did
maybe?
you break a rear diff?
No.
Okay,
No.
we got faulty
Cozine broke his front end.
Okay. What did he break in his front end?
Ring and pinion.
Okay. Does he have a spare?
No.
Well, Wade, I have a question for you since this is finals. The season is winding down. 2 questions, really. Do you have a favorite moment from the season, which could be anything at any park, any person, whatever? And is there anything you want to tell us about your plans for next season?
Shoot, a moment. I don't know.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
There's a lot, really.
I'm doing that to you a lot today. Poor Wade. I gave you a shout-out earlier because you came and did a spot feature with Speed Sport about safety highlights and what's required as a driver in our series. So shout-out for doing that. Thank you.
No problem. But honestly, probably this weekend coming in rookie year and having a chance at a championship, the closest that it's ever been.
Oh, yeah.
With, me and Timmy had no DNS, no hit flags, nothing all year. It was just straight up
racing.
That's amazing to make it through that many hills.
And not have one DNF, not one flag. And you guys literally every week were neck and neck.
And to come into it only 7 points separating.
And it was funny. We almost were more excited to watch 3rd, 4th, and 5th because we automatically knew 1st and 2nd was going to be every race no matter what. Like, well, we know 1st and 2nd is. So I guess who's going to win 3rd, Just it literally came down to milliseconds with first and course added together. So, again, huge watch. Looks like we got to have another in-car camera here.
Cooper Bentley, got to give him a shout-out also for helping earlier. He was my Uber UTV driver today, getting back and forth down the river. Cooper in our UTV Bounty class right now. We've got a handful of drivers left for Bounty Hill 1. In the lead right now is DC Thompson with a 131, then Clint Strain with a 132, and Madison King with a 136.
Again, Cooper Bentley making quick work of that Viagra Hill.
I think him and Dan Carter was really close in points, too. I think they was 7 points.
Really?
Dan had a DNF.
Yeah. I say hate to see Dan wreck.
Yeah,
but
Cooper is in the lead right now in the Bounty class for the season, coming into this weekend with 546 points, and then Dan Carter right behind him with 539. Another 7-point separation.
But Dan just DNF too.
That's right, man. Things can change real quickly around here.
Yeah.
But as far as next year, I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to say this, but
say it anyway. It's okay.
Hey, our viewers are good at keeping secrets, right, guys?
A lot of people know me and Chris are splitting ways. No hard feelings, just life, whatever.
Yeah.
So
relationships evolve. It happens.
After this weekend, we're going to talk. And I'm going to try to buy it myself.
Yep.
Go at it by myself and on my own and see what we can do next year.
So Wade Good Racing will be stepping out in its own enterprise next year.
So you want to stay in Misfit?
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, I don't want nothing different.
We've seen you take the logo off and slap the new one on.
Yeah.
Getting back to the basics there.
Yeah, we changed it up, and apparently that wasn't it, though. that wasn't the problem.
Hey, either way, we know it's going to be all good.
All good, yeah.
Yep.
But it's been real fun. I'd rather get beat than to lose like that, just like last year. But
you don't think you can fix it?
Yeah, but it's still, Timmy,
losing 40 points. You can't really catch up.
That's true.
Yeah. So.
Hey, Timmy might break something.
Yeah, you never know. But it was a little frustrating for us as well, just because we like seeing that neck and neck competitor coming back and forth, that battle.
Holy smokes. 109.761 from Cooper Bentley. Y'all, he just blew everybody else's time out of the water. The next fastest time is a 1:31.
Wow.
Cooper just did a 10. Did I hear that right, Taylor? 109.761. Well done, Cooper.
Again, it's almost compared to two gladiators. Watching two amazing gladiators battle it out. You hate to see one come into it and have a DNF. We don't like to see that either for us fans. So,
but it comes back on me. I had a comfortable lead a couple of races ago.
Yep.
And I had a few mistakes and lost 22 points in 2 races. So you do that, then you got to come here and push like I was, and stuff's going to fail. It's just part of it.
Although Dyersburg, I think, was an amazingly epic ride for everybody watching.
Yeah, that was some monster truck driving.
That was some straight up master class.
Getting close to the end of the year, and you had to take risks.
I can't believe you were able to keep it on 2 wheels because it whipped you over, and somehow you just defied gravity and were able to spin it around. But Nathan King out on the course right now in our UTV Bounty class, and yes, he is driving his sister's buggy, and it looks like he might be having a little trouble.
But we'll talk to y'all here in a little bit.
All right, Wade, thanks for coming up here
with us. That was Wade Good again. Battling Timmy all season. Those guys battle it back and forth. Again, Wade's rookie year coming out just slicing and dicing. So we appreciate him coming up and giving us a talk a little bit. Sounds like he had some mechanical issues, and he's going to try to get the buggy fixed, do some more racing this weekend.
Speaking of mechanical issues, I'm not sure what's going on there for Nathan. If it's not staying in gear.
Okay. Sounds like he keeps shifting really hard. Maybe he's
either
a
little taller than
maybe he's knocking it out of gear. Not sure what's going on there. I seen Don Curtis down there. Apparently we're at a 5 VIN class as well.
All right, so I missed Nathan's run in the Cup class earlier, apparently, and I guess he broke something.
Okay.
Was he in the General Lee for Cup class?
I think
he was.
I think he was.
So,
I remember seeing the orange buggy down here, but I don't know if he broke it before or after his run.
Hey, if you can't race your own, the next best thing is to
race your
sisters.
I promise you,
family,
he
right?
said it's all good. I ain't hating. Yeah, I literally went over to race my bouncer. I missed half of the runs, I think, just walking over racing.
I came up here right as you were stepping off the platform, and I didn't even know that I'd missed the youth class already.
We're actually slowing down right now just because a lot of our big bouncers done. But when we first kicked off, it was bananas just to see.
It was hectic.
It was awesome to see. What's up, Joey Beck? See Joey Beck walking through.
Daniel Heckley had a time of 42.817 in our UTV stock class.
Again, Nathan King looks like he's pulling off.
He should be our last one, Cheryl.
Trying to get through there.
We got Jed Harper tuning in on the live feed.
What's up, Jed? He's a Southern Illinois guy, which he's like 2.5 hours south of me, but he's a Southern Illinois guy. Shout out to all my Illinois people out there. I know my brother and his little boy are probably tuning in tonight.
So Nathan is still racing. He just apparently is having trouble keeping it in gear right now. That's Nathan King in Madison's buggy right out on the course right now for the UTV Bounty class. And then I guess we have wrapped up for the stock class. Did Braden Upchurch run, Taylor?
I was looking for him during the driver's meeting. I did not see him.
Okay.
So I don't think he is here.
Okay. I had him on my driver's list.
I couldn't find him for this morning in the driver's list.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I missed that one too or not. Well, that wraps up Hill 1 for our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class then. We've got Nathan King still out on the UTV Bounty course, and we have Don Curtis lined up and ready to roll for our VIN class.
Again, he is our season champion. We have yet to crown.
Oh, yeah, he's not getting dethroned at all. He's got 680 points. Everyone else has 200s or less.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Our obviously most consistent driver in the VIN class. He started the season off with us in Texas. I think he only missed one, maybe 2 races. Wow, it's crazy how everything starts to kind of run together at the end of the season. But our VIN class was new for this year and definitely a very fun addition to the series, as well as our youth class for UTV. We've had a whole lot of fun with both of those classes and being able to introduce new drivers and be able to have them join in the fun in a way that makes sense for them.
Yeah.
Nathan King out of the buggy. So far, nobody else has touched it, so if he can get it working, he can get back in and finish his run.
I'm pretty sure that's his dad next to him in the safety
like
vest going, yeah, you might want to check this right here.
All
yeah,
right.
that right there looks bad.
I don't know what he just did, but he seems to be like he's ready to go.
And again, he's through the hardest part of the course. I mean, essentially all he has to do is come down a hill and go across the finish line. So I think he should be in the clear.
All right, we've got an update. Bobby Upchurch says that Braden did run. Bobby, would you happen to have his time?
Yes.
That is the one that I am missing here on my list. And if Mr. Bobby does not have that time, we'll be sure to get that for you guys from Braden. And it looks like Nathan is officially getting some assistance getting off the course. That is a bummer.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Again, they'll be working on that car tonight to get everything ready for our second course of the evening.
This is just a hiccup.
Guessing Madison over there checking on a rig.
I didn't even know. Okay. Thanks.
I see a few other Jeeps pulling over there getting ready for our VIN class.
Did we have any late addition? Oh, I see. Is that Colton Hoback?
Colton Hoback.
Let's see. Let me update my list here.
I see Curtis over there. Or Charles, I mean.
We've got Don on the starting line, Colton Hoback, Charles CRRS getting lined up. Those are the only 3 I see right now. I think that might be it for our VIN class this weekend. All right, everybody, it's about that time for me to say thanks for tuning in to Hillside Live here on Rock Racing TV. You are watching Legends of the Fall, the NRRA finals portion of Legends of the Fall. There's all kinds of stuff going on this weekend in Disney, Oklahoma, and at Mid-America Park. We've got the Ultra 4 finals, our own finals, the Mid-America Short Course, Pit Bike Racing finals, all of it. It's all happening in the next 3 days here in Oklahoma. So I hope you guys are able to tune in as much as possible on Hillside Live. We'll be back with our more races tomorrow morning, and then Saturday evening we'll wrap it all up.
Again, that's a great shot there of our starting gates where we had guys shooting out 2 different directions at one point. Production trailer behind it.
I think that's a first for us.
Yeah.
Have we ever done that
again,
before?
you can pan around and see the whole crowd over to our right and left. It's a huge, huge area, but it's a great spectator. Ultra 4 was out here pre-running earlier today. getting their practice on, you know.
And it's beautiful out here. The weather has been amazing. The best fall weather that we could ask for out here.
All right. I think we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back right after these messages.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
Rollover awards, that should be a thing. We should add that to the awards that we do at the end of the year.
All right, we are back here at Disney for the NRRA Finals. We're also racing this weekend. The Ultra 4 has their finals this weekend here in Disney, Oklahoma. This is kind of where Big Meets Run has kind of helped bring a lot of attention to this park. It's a lot of fun. It's my buddies are here for the first time ever. They said it's very rocky.
It's very rocky, but hey, we're not breathing in dust like we
were
yes. At our last race.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure. You know what is, Matt? My car, just from being parked in the campground for 2 days at Bikini Bottoms, it was so dirty. I got turned away at the car wash.
Are you serious?
They wouldn't let me go through the car wash because it had such a layer of dust on it after driving 3.5 hours home.
Are you serious?
Yes. I pulled up to the car wash window, and the guy was like, "What happened?"
What happened?
That's literally what he said. And then I paid for the car wash, got in line, and another employee came out and was like, we can't let you go through. Like,
are you
all that
serious?
dust will turn into mud in their system, which I understand.
I get it.
Everybody behind me had to back up and so that I could back up and get out of the
Oh,
line.
man.
Like, I did not know that you could get turned away at a car wash for your car being too dirty. That's what happened after Bikini Bottoms. I posted one picture that I had, but I had a better one from at home that I should have. But, yeah, that was a new life experience for me.
The picture you posted looked pretty dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was literally the hood. It was different color.
Yeah.
It was like khaki.
Well, it was
My
crazy.
car is normally dark
just
red.
how much dust. And again, you could see him come by and hit that silt, and
And that wasn't even down in the race area. That was up at the campground.
Wow.
So, yeah. Last time for this.
running that big body Chevy truck we love so much. Love hearing his big motor roar compared to all the Jeep Cherokees and the 6-cylinders he races.
I'm feeling that this will probably pretty course for the VIN class.
Oh.
Stuff, but they do gravity.
Yeah. Just. Go. Take left. Look. May here to the 2.376. Are we getting our course clear here, I believe? Dan's going to kick off.
Don Curtis was our first driver for the VIN Class Hill 1. And Dan Carter is on the line for UTV Bounty. We are back for round 2.
We are.
Already.
Taylor.
I hope y'all are paying attention out here today because we got a whole lot coming at you. We are doing something that we do not normally do in the NRRA, and we're running multiple classes at once.
Yes.
We've got 2 starting lines, or 2 starting gates. Colton Hoback just took off for the VIN class. We got Dylan Dowler watching online. Dylan, why aren't you out here?
For real.
Are you out here? Did I just not see you yet? It could go either way, really. I got a 50-50 shot.
Yes. Which is funny because it's kind of true. Right now it's so much pain and money. And, again, we don't normally try to put, like, 13 hours of racing into a 4.5-hour window. But kind of exciting, kind of fun, kind of different. We're going to do some night racing here in a little bit.
But when we do,
Yes.
we do it here in
Yeah.
Disney,
Yes.
Oklahoma for finals. Colton's making his way through course 1 for the VIN class, and Dan Carter just took off for his second run at Viagra.
And, again, you see tons of cameras coming out because this is the first guy to hit this new hard line.
Yes, I was just going to correct that. It's not his second run at Viagra. Unfortunately, Viagra got the best of
Yes.
Dan today. But Dan is our very first driver ever on this new hill that has not been raced on before, the hard hill.
We've called it, I heard it's called hard on, so we're just saying the hard line.
I'm not calling it that. I refuse. It's bad enough with having Viagra and Cialis and nasty girl out
and now
here.
you have to call it a hard.
Like, who in
hard
what
on.
drunken stupor were these
Yes.
hills named?
My mother would appreciate that. She's like, you know what? You are a classy lady in mixed company. You do not need to talk like that. Bless her heart.
At any rate, Dan Carter does have the distinction of being the first racer ever on this section of this cliffside here. Did you send the video?
Yeah.
All right, you when we have a oh my gosh. When we next have a break, we are going to play the video for you guys that Matt and I made out here earlier just to try and try and show you a little bit more of that perspective on the hills that we're racing on this weekend. If you missed it earlier, we talked about that water that you could see there at the bottom of the cliff, and that we've had a pump running, since this morning, since yesterday?
Yes.
It's been going for hours at any rate.
Tuesday, I believe they started it.
All right.
And it's ran pretty much nonstop. They came down and filled the generators at like midnight or 11 o'clock last night just to keep it going to help keep all the water pumping out. Because, again, the last thing you want to be is upside down under about 2-3 feet of water. A side-by-side, again, the cage is so close.
Oh! Let's enter it! Ouch.
Oh, that hurt. You know he felt that.
So one thing about racing on rocks, it doesn't give when you land on it at all.
At least he was able to put it back. Oh,
look at those front tires.
He was able to put it back on all 4 tires. Unfortunately, it looks like he may have bent some stuff, and the wheels are pointing.
He's got that, drift camber now.
Yeah.
We'll call it that.
Again,
no. That's...
I think he may have broken both. Oh, an A arm is off.
It just fell off. Poor Dan.
It's dragging behind him. Yeah.
That's sad.
Again, got a handful of racers trying. All right, we're going to watch a replay. And there, once you get to that point, there's not much you can really do.
As he's driving off, more stuff just keeps falling off the front end.
Yeah. Again, it got sideways, and this is a super steep hill. You cannot be sideways on. Came down and just landed super hard. Again, those of you who have been to Big Meats Run have seen a couple guys tumble down Viagra like this and just kind of wadded up at the bottom. So.
Oh man, tough night of racing.
It has been.
Carter.
It has been a tough night of racing. And these rocks, like you kind of hinted at, dirt is a lot of fun, but these rocks are absolutely not forgiving. Again, great shot there of the crowd, production trailer.
Crystal, did Colton Hoback get a time? Yeah,
Man.
Charles.
Hate to see that. Again, Cooper Bentley sitting in a line there. We got our 2 starting gates. Literally, you can see side-by-sides launching out in opposite directions right now. That is how fast we're running these guys tonight because we have to get through 2 courses for every single driver. This is UTV Stock Round 2, getting ready to kick off. So, again, we got 2 different classes. We got 2 different classes racing out here. We got our UTV Stock class, second course of the day, kicking off right now. Rip it off.
All right, I want to update for our VIN class real quick. They wrapped up our 3 drivers in the VIN class. Don Curtis had an 82.3, Charles Carris had a 63.5, and Colton Hoback had a 72.4. That was Hill 1 for your VIN class. And like Matt said, we just started in on course 2 for the Rock Lake.
Oh, my goodness.
Class.
We normally...
We saw it, Dan.
We normally have to bribe our guests with candy to come up here.
I'm taking all the candy.
We have Dan Carter up here, who's had we were on course number 4 for you in like the last 3 hours.
Yeah, I don't know why I signed up for all this.
You're thinking, what have I done?
You're racing 3 cars in 3 separate classes, which means you're going to have 6 courses in about 4.5 hours.
Right, and I've already ran, I think, 3 classes. I don't know. It's just been going by so fast.
So that was a rough ride.
Oh, there it is.
That's that ride of shame we keep talking about.
It's like stuff just kept falling off as you were driving.
Every time you keep going, another tire, A-arm.
Something black piece of something fell off when you landed.
Well, I kept telling her, I said, we just got to climb this hill. And she was like, no, I'm ready to go home. I was like, one more
baby, one more.
Just one for the year.
Yeah, so that was it. But it was rough. I'm not
hey,
gonna lie.
when your girl's ready to go home, you gotta know when to call it quits.
That's right.
Again, heck of a run. So you've done 4 courses, and you got 2 more to go tonight?
Right. So I've got that just finished up, the UTV Bounty, which I did not finish either hill. So messed us up in points. We were, we were fighting for first and second on the UTV Bounty throughout the year. We held first place for the whole year until Bikini Bottoms, and then, of course, this right here just kind of sealed our fate. So depending on what the other guys on the podium
shake out
for the championship kind of shake out. Depends on what that does, but we did do fairly well in the UTV stock class. We're sitting in 4th place right now, I believe. And then in the UTV Cup, we were able to give a good solid run. We wasn't that fast, but we weren't able to really check the courses out.
Yeah.
Because the Ultra 4 course
we're
classes were still running
qualifying today or practicing. Yeah.
Right, so,
and you still have a UTV Cup Series and a UTV Stock class to race tonight as well.
Right. So we've got 2 more classes, and then we're going to go work on the Rock Life buggy and figure out if we can't put her back together and do it all again tomorrow.
Heck yeah. Again, we got still Friday, a race on Friday and a race on Saturday going on.
Hey, Dan, your race manager says that you need to go get ready for stock.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. We're just trying to eat up the time that it took to get the course.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to chat with us,
We
Dan.
appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Again, that was Dan Carter Racing, part of that Rock Life Off-Road crew.
Jody's over here keeping him on track.
Yeah, she was. She had her clipboard and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Huge shout-out to all the people who keep our side-by-side guys going. Again, all our staff this weekend.
All right, we need to catch you guys up on what's been happening in the stock class. We had Jay Stortz, Cooper, with a 42.504 and Daniel Heckley with a 38.969. We're going to confirm those times, as always, for you guys, since it's want to make sure we're keeping track of everything out here. Brandon Davis just took off for the stock class, and Cooper Bentley is out on the Bounty Hill right now. How's everybody at home keeping up? Are you guys hanging with us?
Again, we have not seen any of our Bounty drivers climb this yet, and I think we're going to have see some bouncer guys give us some wild rides as well.
Hey, Cooper is first in points in the Bounty class right now. He also had the fastest time by a watt on Hill 1.
Yeah.
So, wow, if he could just get a finish out of this one.
That front end gets awful light when you get the high in the air.
Brandon Davis just had a 43.524 in the stock class. We are on Hill 2, Course 2 for all of our classes right now.
Again, I just seen Dylan Patton from D-Pat's Photography sprinting across to kind of get a cool vertical shot of that rock bouncer being straight vertical.
Hey, now's the time.
Again, awesome slinging and with water slinging off the tires. Very, very cool picture.
Cody Payson just took off for the stock class.
Again, he is blazing through there. Again, was Cody our fastest time on the stock class earlier as well?
He was not. Daniel Heckley was.
Oh,
but
Daniel
Cody
Heckley
is first in points in the stock class coming into this weekend.
Okay, heck of a quick time. Wow. Giving a little wild ride over here.
Looks like Cooper wants to live to fight another day and be able to. Okay, so Cooper was first in points and Dan was second.
Okay.
Now that Dan DNF'd on both of the Bounty Hills, Cooper obviously is choosing to take the more conservative route and instead of breaking something, know that he's kind of pretty comfortable with his lead right now.
I see Wade getting backed in over there. They must have found enough parts to get him going again.
That's a 45.675 for Cody Kaysen in the stock class. We've got Justin Hoback on the line now for the stock class.
And Big Baby Bertha.
And then we've got Clint Strain lined up in the other lane for our UTV Bounty class. Matt, this is like the ultimate test of knowing everybody's names and vehicles and keeping everything straight out here.
It totally is.
We've been training all season long for this. I still don't know how well we're doing. We try, guys. We try. Clint Strain out on the course now.
Yeah, it's
Justin Hoback is just about to leave the line, too.
I was telling people, doing what we do is kind of like forecasting, except we don't have a room full of people feeding us stats and facts. We do it all from our own head. So me and Bree definitely have to stay on point, try to keep everything going. So we appreciate all the people doing that for us and help keep us honest when we get things wrong. But we try to be the best at that, trying to make sure we keep all of our facts straight, correct, and accurate. Because, again, we don't have a room full of statisticians. It's just he
Clint
climbed
Strain,
it.
the first one to climb the hard hill out here.
The hard hill out
I
here?
refuse. Yeah. Oh, Justin Hoback just launched it down this ledge. I don't know if he did that on purpose or not.
Yeah, that was a hard hit.
I just barely caught that. Uh-oh.
He's trying to turn, maybe?
I think Big Bertha did not like that.
They'll run over, I think, to make sure he's okay first.
That was a pretty big launch off that
hill. That was.
Clint Strain is still working his way through the UTV Bounty course while we get Justin checked out.
Yeah, he definitely bellied on that hard. I would say definitely at least knocked the wind out of him. Again, we have our Clint coming back through.
When you land on your skid plate.
I know. It hurts.
That was a 99.332 for Clint Strain on UTV Bounty course number 2. We're getting Justin checked out and making sure that
great shot there.
It's nothing more than just getting the wind knocked out.
You see all the racers backed in against next to the production trailer. See me and Bree down there. Hey, what's up, everybody? I was telling our viewers while you were talking that we give our facts from our brains, where like SportsCenter has a whole statistician room full of feed 'em cool facts.
Yeah, that's cheating.
So we literally just use it from our brains. So we're like, extra smart.
The old steel trap.
So we have to know quite a bit about our
our
racers, and again, names, sponsors, and all that was definitely maxing out.
Hey, since I mentioned our video earlier and we've got a little bit of a break, Taylor, can we go to that? All right, let's do it.
So obviously, this is a pretty tall rock face that the Masters are going to be racing on. Like we mentioned, this is called Viagra. You might recognize it from Bobby Tater's infamous run. Matt, how are things looking up there?
There's some big ledges, too! In true rock bouncer form, we have several different courses we'll be racing today. Some a little more gnarly than others.
That's right. We are going to be doing a never been run section of this rocky cliffside behind us. It doesn't really have a name yet. There's been some tossed about, but I don't know if we've settled on one. It's going to be this right here. You can see to the right of the banners that are up there. And they're actually having running right now to just drain some of the water out from down below at the bottom of the cliffside, because obviously safety is a huge factor as always, and we want to make sure that there's not any extra danger to the drivers if a rollover were to happen or anything like that. So they've had that pump running. They're going to keep it running until the water is drained down to the level that we want.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Grab yourself some new merch today.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend. The new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound. Powerply 3-ply construction. Improved 4-pitch side biters. Proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
Jay's gonna have to get one of our rollover awards. That should be a thing. We should add that to the awards that we do at the end of the year.
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
When you're serious about installing the highest quality drivetrain products designed for high horsepower and bigger tires, there's only one choice. So get the power, performance, and confidence that comes with Yukon. Rev it, climb it, and rip it, knowing you're rolling the best in the industry. Built to perform, built to last. Yukon Gear and Axle.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XT construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
To get one of our rollover awards. That should be a thing. We should add that to the awards that we do at the end of the year.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
All right, we're back here at Disney, Oklahoma. We have our stock class out of the way. We have finished that. We have our UTV series out of the way.
No, we have 2 drivers left at the stock class.
We do?
Yes, we've got Braden Upchurch on the line, and then we still have Dan Carter.
It's so crazy to see 2 side-by-sides behind me pointed opposite directions.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we got 2 classes getting ready to kick off.
Definitely not what we're used to out here, but we are
Yes.
rolling with the punches and going with the flow and all those things out here this weekend.
I see Madison King's rig, but I don't know who's in it.
It
All right,
is,
Madison
it is
is.
Madison.
Okay.
Nathan was
racing with her?
borrowing it earlier, so we just want to double check. This is Madison out on the UTV Bounty course. We are on round 2 for everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in here on Hillside Live. We are in Disney, Oklahoma for the NRRA finals, and not just that, but the whole shebang, Legends of the Fall. We've got Ultra 4, MAO, pit bike racing,
Yes.
and short course racing, and all kinds of finals going on this weekend.
It's all the finals.
All the finals. But we're kicking it off here. Whoa.
Go, baby, go. Oh, there we go, out the top. Woo! That's impressive. Bub Meadows jumping in. Wyatt Wilson, what's up? He's a guy that likes to race a little bit. Does some side-by-side, just upgraded to a big bouncer.
Just a little.
He likes to throw down. He gets with it. He's not scared of that big bouncer.
Wyatt Wilson.
I like that name. We need to get a little plaque for him with a little 6-gun shooter. I like it. Chad's tuning in with us.
Hey, that name looks familiar.
Do you know that guy?
I do know that guy.
I feel like we should do your, speaking since that guy jumped in, I feel like we should do your 2 truths and a lie.
I didn't narrow it down yet, though.
I feel like we should do that because I would be curious to see how many of those he knows 100%.
That would be funny if my dad didn't get them right. All right, Braden Upchurch just took off on the stock class side. Madison King. Where'd she go?
Oh, splash. Uh-oh. I seen it come to a stop after.
8.6455 for Madison King.
Came flying through that starting at the finishing gate.
You know what, guys? We're doing something else that you don't normally see with the NRRA, and we are night racing.
Yes, I'm super
excited.
excited.
You can tell, but it is getting dark out here, and we've got some big old lights set up. We still have several classes to go. Braden Upchurch just wrapped up his run. 39.454 for Braden Upchurch. What?
We have DC Thompson sitting in line over here in his buggy. He ran an in-car on the first course. So this will be their second course. Dan Carter coming up again. He's getting ready to kick off in his stock UTV. Again, DC taking off right as Dan's pulling up to the line. It's crazy to see the photographers with their reflective vest on. We actually see them see the reflected part now.
It's also crazy how bright these lights in the trailer are at night.
Yeah, they are. They are. It's kind of crazy.
We're not quite used to this.
Yes.
So if you missed it earlier, we were talking about this section of the hill that DC is on right now. This is the first time that this hill has ever been raced on. It was new for this weekend. That is Viagra over to the right of it that we raced on for Hill 1.
Oh, getting squirrely with it up there.
Jed Harper wants to know the bouncer rundown for Hill 1. Unfortunately, Jed, I missed about half of that while I was over working with Speed Sport, and I do not have a full rundown for you.
Out the top, DC Thompson goes.
But I can tell you that Tim Cameron had the fastest time with a 76.5 for Bouncer Hill 1. Did we have anyone run for Randall Key or John Hammett?
I do not believe so. Again, I wasn't.
Update my list here. Or Scott Goforth, Jonathan Andrews. Any stunt doubles?
I don't believe so.
Come on, Matt.
Again, I
you
was
have
not.
to know these things with absolute certainty.
I was not. Yeah, I was not here for all of it. All right.
All right, Dan Carter just finished stock class with a 40.657, and DC Thompson with a 104.126. In the bounty class. All right, let's see who our next victim racer is pulling up to the line here.
Our next victim.
Bob Meadows is 10 minutes out. Hopefully catch Hill 2. Yeah, I'd say so. Well, that depends on if you're 10 minutes out from like Disney in general.
Or the race course.
Or the race course.
10 minutes out.
Very different things.
10 minutes out means you're at the course coming down.
I spent a large portion of today trying to just get around out here, and I actually got lost. Poor Cooper and Wade were with me, and I got us lost trying to find the campground. And luckily, Cooper actually knew once he asked who I was looking for and was able to lead us there.
That's funny.
And then I spent a whole lot of time going back and forth up and down river from the Ultra 4 production camp
Good
back down
Good
here.
Times. Uh-oh. JT Taylor over there doing, he's the tech director for Ultra 4, race director. He is kind of a rock star. He's been around doing that for, he's an OG racer, as they call him. He's one of the originals for the Ultra 4 series, one of the 13 OGs. So,
Nathan King back for round 2 for UTV Bounty. He did not finish his first run in the Bounty class today, unfortunately, and he is in his sister's buggy. The Mad Dog Racing buggy doing what I believe is probably unexpected double duty.
Yes.
Today. I didn't see Nathan's first run in the General Lee, so I'm not sure what exactly broke or happened there.
Again, we're trying to explain how steep that hill really is.
I think the only saving grace out here is just the pure traction of the rocks that we're racing on. This park is a lot different from the terrain that we're used to, in that it's just pure rock, which is a nice break from all the dust that we breathed in. Bikini Bottoms, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see from that drone shot there, we're down in like a riverbed area, and it is pure rock. That traction can be good or it can be bad.
It can be very bad.
Matt, I missed our youth class run-in earlier. We started things off with them today. They were the very first this evening. Were there any notable moments from the youth class?
Well,
or did everyone just come out and rock and roll like little professionals?
We had lots and lots of racers and crew people, production, working around when they kicked off.
That was a 77.896 for Nathan King. That is the fastest time right now on Hill 2 for the Bounty class. So he came back with a vengeance. All right, Matt, so you can finish your story.
Yeah,
Sorry.
There was tons of staff and tons of racers over here when they kicked off the youth class. And the youth class were fearless. Well, they're racing their course whether you're in their way or not. So we had kind of an impromptu fleeting of people get out of the way of the youth class. People were like, what's going on? These youth people, they're hauling through.
They're like, we're racing. That's what's happening.
They're here to race,
Move.
okay? It was very cute.
Oh, man, I'm sad I missed it.
It was very, very cute to see. So it was awesome. Yes, I do believe we have our first bouncer.
Yeah, Bub Meadows, you better hurry up because we've got bouncer course number 2 coming at you. Trent Ratcliffe just pulled up to the line. Colby Reich is watching. What's up, Colby? Thank you guys for joining us here on Hillside Live. Matt and I are excited to be bringing you all this action going on at finals weekend.
Here we go.
If you can't tell, then you obviously haven't been watching, but we've got a lot more going on than usual. We're running 2 classes at the same time. You can see our 2 starting gates there.
We are doing double duty this weekend to the max.
And not only that, we're racing in the dark.
Yes, and now we're doing some night racing, which is awesome. Again, you can kind of see the glow of the light at the top, but I promise you the sun is set.
Look, we couldn't let the drivers just get too comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
We had to keep them on their toes, even though it's the end of the season.
Yeah. Again, I might need a spotter once I get up there. Again, there's lots of ledges you can't really see over. Ooh,
Trent! Trent!
Oh, stop. Okay, good. Woo.
We have seen the underside of Sucker Punch a lot this season.
We have.
Poor Trent.
Again, people don't realize how gnarly that is right there. Steep. There's a couple of big ledges. Oh, my goodness.
Clay Kaysen just took off.
Again, Clay was one of our recipients, I believe, of the Skinny Pedal Award earlier this year.
Yeah, he was for
Rush Springs.
What was before Bikini? Yep, for Rush Springs. Good job, man.
All right. I think we're going to go back to our replay. There we go. Again, this is Trent Radcliffe in Sucker Punch.
Radcliffe?
Man, just got a little
Trent
bit.
Ratcliffe falling down the cliff there.
Yeah, it really is.
Uh-oh.
Got a little bit sideways there, and again, this is so steep. There is zero tolerance for any kind of angle there. So,
all right,
Kaysen is flying through there.
Clay Kaysen is second in points right now for the RCB Axle UTV Cup class, swinging through that finish line.
Wow.
Did he say 080?
I believe so. 43080.
All right, that was 43.080 for Clay Kaysen, setting the bar high for the UTV Cup class round 2. Speaking of Skinny Pedal, I hope you guys enjoyed that little highlight reel that we've played a few times. I'll put that together because, hey, who doesn't love a good highlight reel of all the carnage that has happened so far in the season? And we wanted to give the Skinny Pedal Award its due in all of our nominees so far. I think we got most of them from the season in there and are planning to make an even longer clip after this weekend and make it a 2022 Skinny Pedal highlight reel. Hopefully that'll be out for you guys to watch in the near future.
All right. Again, it is pretty dark out here. You can see a lot of light from the bouncers. Again, it's going to be a little interesting doing this at night versus daytime.
It's been a hot minute since I did a night race.
It has been. It's been a while.
I think Rush was the last one. Like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Getting JT running up there.
But speaking of Skinny Pedal, Matt, we have to be sure to be noting the nominees for this weekend.
Yes.
And we'll have a lot more opportunities than usual since we're doing twice as much racing.
And I think we'll have twice as much crashing here. These rocks do not forgive. My brother has a sticker on one of his crawlers, and it says, "Rocks forgive," or "Jesus forgives, rocks don't." And I was like, yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Yep. Tyler Bradley just took off for a UTV Cup class. Wade Good is on the line.
All right.
He's back.
He is back.
Fixed it.
Again, he was trying to get that tie rod done. Again, he said, I said earlier, he's going to come out and try to absolutely thrash this and still push Timmy to the limits.
All right, I think I just heard that Wade is just breaking
the beam.
All right.
Okay. He might even be, quote-unquote, attempting the course. And again, we have said for years, attempting the course is kind of a vague statement. We look for what we call a college try. Again, it's, we try to do the best we can, so.
That was a 55.948 for Tyler Bradley over on our UTV Cup course. What's up, Kurt Bryant? Thanks for tuning in.
Ryan Boyd jumping in there. What's up, Mr. Ryan Boyd? It's been a hot minute since we've seen him.
All right, that was Wade Good's attempt at the hill just to gather what points he
10
could.
points, yeah. I say you hate seeing somebody lose some points.
You know what? If the hard to imagine happened.
Yes.
And Timmy broke.
Yes.
On this hill.
Yes.
I mean, that could technically mean Wade is still in the running if he fixes it and is back for the rest of the hill. So.
Oh yeah.
Hard to say how any of that's going to shake out yet.
Some of the Mid-America staff out there helping us out. That's Gus. He's the a staple at the Mid-America Off-Road Park. He when nobody else can get it done, you call Gus and he can get it done. Madison King coming up. Again, Madison King will also be racing in the Madison King rig this weekend. I don't know if Nathan's going to try to get his fixed or what the problem is. We'll have to have a little chat with him after the broadcast. Wow. Jay Storch just fired up foreplay.
I just lost my train of thought.
Jay Storch just fired up foreplay next to the broadcast booth.
Right next to my
Right next to us. Bree about came out of her chair. All right, Brandon Davis on the line.
Off the line.
Yeah, straight up monster trucking through that IFS suspension.
Matt, do you have headlights?
I have headlights and I have underglow.
There you go. Light her up.
Yeah. Oh, look at Brandon. He's probably going to feel it out again. He has an independent front suspension, a little different than some of the other guys. So he's going to try to kind of play a little bit. He's probably going to bounce that front end and see how it feels, kind of soak it up. And
5-1, Taylor.
Again, that is a beautiful, beautiful drone shot right there. Oh, Brandon!
Madison King just had a time of 51.309 over on our UTV Cup side.
Again, we've seen a few rollovers on this. I think we've only seen, what, one side-by-side make it so far? Come on, go! Oh, so close. Again, what's crazy, he's getting wet tires and then putting on them on a slick rock. It doesn't end well, usually. And obviously, kind of crazy getting a little sideways with it.
Taylor, can you ask who's out on course for a Cup class, please?
For real.
All right, Brandon Davis still giving it everything he's got.
You can see Brandon Davis like splashing through the water as he's rolling back. All right. We have a special guest going to hop in the booth with us. Oh! All right, everybody. We have a very special guest now in the booth with us. Introduce yourself, and what is your part in off-road normally?
Mate, it's so good to be here. My name's Jim Marston. If I'm not racing Ultra 4 cars in Europe, I am over here introducing people to Ultra 4 in America. I get to announce the races like King of the Hammers, Mid 400 and stuff like that. But this is my first time at a rock bouncing event, and I'm super stoked to be here.
Hey, tell us which driver that you know and are here in particular to watch.
This is embarrassing. I'm a massive Timmy Cameron super fan, so I've got to see. I met Timmy back in 2015, and hey, we've all seen the videos. We've all watched the cars. The man's a legend, so I'm really excited to see him race here today.
Yeah, it was awesome, and that's so funny because most of the fans of rock bouncing kind of get into it because they're like, I've seen Tim Cameron on YouTube, and I want to come check it out at a race. And they go, this is so awesome. They come out, they meet the fans, they meet the drivers, you start hanging out, eating and drinking and goofing off, and we have an absolute, and our Ultra 4 family is very similar to the rock bouncing family. Everybody come on, or if you need a nut, you need a bolt, whatever, you need a cheeseburger, come on over, we'll figure it out.
Absolutely. I'm finding that out today, and just walking around the pits and seeing all the different vehicles and the different cars, and everyone's warm and friendly. They want to tell you about what's going on, and you nailed it. It's a family, and everybody's there. Everyone's helping. I mean, like, Wade's broken the car now, and which is really sad to see.
Yeah.
But there's guys down there, and they're trying to work on solutions so he can be back out here tomorrow.
And I promise you he will be. Again, that was Brandon Davis who just ran in an independent front suspension car that Tim Cameron has built.
Yep.
And Tim Cameron last year. Again, he runs an independent suspension, so normally we kind of use small rocks to bounce over big rocks. Independent suspension soaks that up a lot more, so you kind of have to pick your course a little differently. It's very interesting for us as well. We never run at night, where King of Hammers, as you talked about, those guys run. They start at in the morning and they run until 11 o'clock at night sometimes.
Can do, yeah. I mean, King of the Hammers is a 14-hour race, so we actually start at. At 8 o'clock in the morning and run open course for 14 hours. So it's a very different kind of racing. I mean, rock bouncing, of course, we're talking about a few seconds, you know?
We've had times where 12 to 14 seconds is the fastest time of the day. 12 seconds, you just need the car to hold together for 12 seconds, push it as hard as fast as you can. Again, explain how that differs from Ultra 4 to rock bouncing.
Well, it's completely different. I mean, this year what we're going to be doing here in this park, we're going to be doing an hour-and-a-half race plus 1 lap.
Okay.
So we're going to be, the lap is around about 5 miles, whereas your guys here are racing literally a couple hundred yards.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a 5-mile lap, and then it's an hour-and-a-half of that, and then literally as the hour-and-a-half finishes, they get a last lap.
One last lap.
So we're reckoning they're going to probably be 8 to 9 laps inside that 8.
And is that all classes?
Yeah, well, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be running our UTV race, which is our 4900 class. Yep. They're going to be going out separately. Then we're going the 45s, 46, and 48s, which is our stocks, our stock modifieds, and our legends classes.
Okay.
They'll be going out together. And then there's the big dogs. It's the 4400s. Okay, I'll be honest, those are the ones that get you excited.
Oh, yeah.
They're the ones with all the horsepower.
And that'll be qualifying tomorrow.
Qualifying starts at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and the qualifying's a bit different here this year. So what we're going to be doing, instead of a circular course, is literally a point A to B, and it's absolutely guns out, give it 120%.
Fast as you can rip it.
As fast as you can rip it, and send it to the finish line. It's going to be interesting. Don't forget, we've got guys out there running up to 1,200 horsepower.
Wow.
So... But the thing with Ultra 4, I mean, look at this.
Again, speaking of 1,200 horsepower, this is Justin Wills. He's not quite there, but he's getting close. Again, you can always tell his buggy that giant purple whip.
I think he picked a good event to get the whip back on there.
He usually runs it at when he runs King of Hammers. He'll come out and do the shootout and has that giant purple whip. He's one of our seasoned drivers. He was battling for that third place, had a DNF a few races ago, but him, Brandon Davis, and Daniel Heckley, we literally had a three-way bet going on at some of the races for who's going to come in third because Timmy and Wade have kind of locked down first and second.
So Justin is in the 5th place.
Oh, reverse, buddy!
Boy.
Oh.
He's 5th in points right now, coming into this weekend. I don't know how much, if it's too much wiggle room there.
I don't know.
It all depends on Daniel and Brandon.
We'll
so
see.
But Justin's definitely, he's got that top 5 right now.
Oh, reverse!
Justin.
No, get on the wheels, get on there we go, he's back on his tires! Woo!
Nice save. Hey, I think that might be a skinny pedal.
That is. What's up, Josh Cochran?
All right, I do have a couple updates for us. So we had DC Thompson with a 167.201 in our UTV Cup class. He got a little confused, went the wrong way, was able to come back down and correct it. That's why he's got a pretty long time there. But it kind of sounds like bikini bottoms.
Yeah,
Hey, he figured it out. He got his time. And then we had Chicky Barton running for Wyatt Wilson with a 54.213. That's what was happening in our UTV Cup class. Oh, man. Justin Wheel is not happy right now.
Chicky Barton's a name that I recognize from KOH from a few years back. He ran into a third position, I think, in 2015.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so.
I think he's raced with us 3 times now or something.
Yeah.
It's fun to have him kind of cross genres there.
Yeah, well, he's not raced with us for quite some time, so it's great to hear he's still out there and involved in rock sports.
His son, Axel, has raced in our youth class
as
well,
twice with us.
a couple times, yeah. Again, it's also kind of neat to see how components from rock bouncing have started to move into Ultra 4.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah, and components from Ultra 4 are starting to work their way into more techniques of their racing. We've kind of started to mash over again. If you've seen Tim Cameron's rig at all with the aluminum trailing arms, and you see his truck this year looks more like a desert truck or like an Ultra 4 car. Again, we've been adding a lot more jumps. This is not a normal course for us. We've been adding a lot more jumps this year, a lot more turns, ups and downs. So it is a little bit longer course compared to some of the courses we're used to in the past, where you get a couple of minutes of run time versus we've had some where literally you're going to see on Saturday with Nasty Girl, literally it's 50 feet and a long hill, fastest time wins. So
All right, we've got Jack Porter out on the course now for our bouncer class. And Taylor, can you tell me the time? Okay.
Jack Porter again has a brand new transmission. Fritz hooked him up. Fritz's transmission hooked him up with a brand new transmission this week. He spent all week getting it put in.
Did Jack finish hill 1?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
So again, brand new transmission. His motor is set to kill. He had some new injectors put in last week and has it running awesome. Super great. Got to talk to him a little bit. Again, his transmission should be able to hold all the horsepowers he puts to it. Oh, buddy!
Yes, but what about the rest of the buggy?
I don't know. No bets on that.
Now, Matt, I'm completely new to this. I'm guessing that they have a DNF time that they have to work to.
Yeah, again, each course varies, and usually we'll try to look at the course and set the DNF time before the course. And usually, now if we have 2 or 3 runs that take a lot longer, Clyde will usually give us an allowance. Go, hey, listen, we'll try to help you guys out a little bit. If we have some faster guys that are making longer times, Clyde knows, hey, listen, this is going to be a longer course today. If we have something that's going to be super difficult, this one we were literally just scoping the hills out earlier this week, and Clyde was like, yeah, that's going to be a race course for us. And we're like, what? I'm sorry, huh? And he's like, yeah, it's never been climbed. Why don't we put a race to it? So it's kind of neat to see a hill that's never been climbed by anyone ever, and we're going to go hit second and third gear as we're climbing up it. Like solid. Yeah, so
fantastic.
2.5 minutes to 4.5 minutes is usually the range we try to stay at.
It's usually about 3 is our average.
2.5 minutes to about 4.5 minutes is kind of what we range at, depending on.
Jack!
No. And again, we've seen 3 or 4 rollovers now with the big bouncers in this class. Again, that's if you're chasing points, that's a great time to leap out front. Again, if you're trying to save the rig, this is our second course. We still have 2 more days of racing. So do you play it a little safer? And again, you kind of have to kind of balance it out because we do have 4, and also where your points at kind of play in the back of your head too. So now we have 4 days of racing where you kind of.
Yeah, I got it. And also, I'm just looking at this now. I mean, obviously, if you're later in the pack running here, there's going to be a lot more water on that hill. That's going to affect your grip and the way you're going to approach it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the late runners like Timmy, how they deal with that.
And speaking of Timmy, normally, all right, we got a replay here. We're going to cut back to.
Hey, Taylor, while we watch that replay, could you get Dan Carter's time?
Again, you can see him kind of just get off an angle a little bit. And really, that's such a steep angle there. Once you're off camber, it's going to carry you. You hate to see it. We've seen Dan Carter almost the same thing earlier. Trying to get Dan Carter's time here.
I want to give the UTV Cup guys their due.
Oh, yeah. And again, it sounds like we got another one taken off the line over there.
I can't even hear the radio over all the
motors
we've got right now.
I see an 01 on the door. That Mr. Nathan King.
I heard
the
before
horn.
I saw. Yes, the General Lee.
Again, they're getting the Venom Buggy flip back over out there.
Hey, Taylor, you could bring it back to us so we can let everybody see our nice guest commentator.
Yes.
There we go.
What's up? Again, these are our little confidence monitors, so we can see, we're not like picking our nose when they cut back to us. So luckily, Taylor's pretty good about.
Is that what they're for, Matt?
Yes, that's exactly what they're for.
It works.
Taylor usually gives us a heads up. He'll give us like a 3, 2, 1 countdown. That way, we're not just in the middle of like eating a cheeseburger or something.
Yeah. Same thing. Same deal as that happens.
Yeah. And Hammers again. Like we've had a couple races where we go longer. Hammers, you're on the air for 14 plus hours. I say plus because sometimes you have some guys on course that will not be an official finisher. And I've heard Dave Cole out his mouth go, "I'm not going to tell those guys they can't finish." Like,
hey, don't look now, but.
Yeah. I'll get all excited.
Yeah. Timmy. Speaking of Timmy Cameron, so we draw numbers live on Facebook the week before, and that gives our drivers lineup. On the first course, we do odds, and the second course we do evens. So 1, 3, 5, and then we'll do the second half. Will be 2, 4, 6, 8. That's our first course. The second course of the day, we flip those. So the evens go first, and then the odds.
Gotcha.
However. Clyde is a fan of the number 13. That's my race number, so we all kind of share a passion for that. The number 13, whoever draws that, gets that kind of a lucky fun draw. You get to choose to go first on the courses, at the 13th spot, or last on the courses.
That's cool.
It is very
that.
cool.
Yeah.
So now it kind of even kind of puts it in your fate. Do you want to go first? Do you want to go last? Like on a course like this, these rocks aren't going to change all day. They haven't changed in 20 years. Where a dirt course, you start going fast, gets rutted up, you might have ruts. So, like last weekend, we were at Dyersburg at Bikini Bottoms Off-Road Park. It got so rutted out. Justin Wills, the last guy to go, he couldn't even climb the hill. It was so rutted out. So
it was really loose, thick dust on top, and it was just churned up and chewed off, and the hill totally changed.
So now it kind of that number 13 lucky draw puts you in the hot seat of choosing your own destiny. So Timmy said, hey, you know what? These aren't going to change any. Let me go last. I want to see what everybody else does. See what lines they take. And again, with us, all the guys are sticking out here, hanging out, having a good time, and they can sit and watch the course and go, okay, hey, this guy went far right, kind of hooked back. That seems.
All these hills usually have names, and I know the hill that next to this is called Viagra.
Yes.
So what's this one called?
So we have Viagra directly behind us. To our right is Cialis. The left, they gave that one a hard-on is the name they gave it since we have Viagra and Cialis.
Disapprove.
Yes. Bree just said it was a hard hill. It's a very hard hill.
It's a hard hill.
All of these names combined, it's just too much.
It's a hard one.
Hey, I come from Hammers. We have some interesting names out there.
So again, it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, this is day one of 3 days of racing. Plus, we have on Saturday night, we have our awards banquet and Ultra 4 awards banquet now put together. I can only imagine the pandemonium is going to happen there.
Yeah, I mean.
Speaking of pandemonium, Daniel Heckley out on the course now. Daniel is third in points coming into this weekend overall for the season in the Branik Motorsports Bouncer Cup class.
Again, you can see all the water to the left. He picked a line about 20 feet to the right. And if you notice at the top of your screen, you're going to see a red flag. Oh! Ooh, buddy.
That is a risk.
That is a wild ride. Again, you can see that flag. He started off approaching 20, 30 feet to the far right. You can kind of see it behind us. If we turn around, you can kind of see the run. And again, just kind of sending it the best he can. Obviously, once all that cold water gets on there, your tires are cold, the cold water. We do run a super soft compound. Cold water, cold tires. You have as much horsepower, but you can only spin a tire so fast. It's obviously super steep. I actually went and climbed it today, and you literally have to, put your fingers on the ledge. Oh, buddy.
Look at him just skating across there.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a risky line.
Ooh. Wow.
It's incredible to watch, isn't it? The way they have that power and control, the way they can hold it on the hill, dance it across and then come back down safely.
Yet again, you can see him kind of taking that far, far right line to see if he can maybe pick some advantage up. Again, he has to stay to the left of that red race line flag up there.
And I think it's really difficult for people at home to understand how much skill it takes to be able to actually save it when it goes wrong.
Oh, yeah. It takes master expert level of skill.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to feel those millimetric moments on the tyres, be able to feel exactly where the wheels are at any given moment using hydraulic steering, that takes a lot of skill. And to be able to say, for me, there's almost more skill in saving it from a failed climb than there is in actually making the climb.
I completely agree, and you'll see some of the guys that are very, very good drivers that will be able to save it. And there's been a few times I wished I could save it and it didn't end well.
Well, and actually, Daniel had a great save at Hawk Pride earlier this year, and it won him the Skinny Pedal Award.
Yes.
But speaking of, that was in the little highlight video that we played.
I'm not sure exactly what happened there. I see Gus from Mid-America pulling out.
What was that time, Taylor?
Justin Wills pulling out there.
All right, Brandon Davis just ran a 51.530 over on our UTV Cup course.
And again, no one's touching the rig, and the reason why is if anybody walks up, touches the rig, or does something to it, plugs something back in, automatically DQ'd. So we can come up and look around, and even we might hold on to a bar and go, "Hey, that sensor, you probably want to plug that back in." And again, that's why you see a few guys out there. Gus from Mid-America pulled up, probably talked to him, make sure he's okay.
So let's talk about rules on these vehicles.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking at this vehicle now. I can see it's probably running a 40 or a 42-inch tire.
43-inch.
43.
Everybody pretty much runs a 43-inch sticky.
Is that due to a rule book, or is that just what works best?
So let me tell you all of the rules for our vehicles. We have about, excluding safety rules, because we have about 40 safety rules. All of the rules covering every single rule in the Bouncer is you have to have at least a 39.5-inch tall tire. That is every rule for the entire Rock Bouncer series.
Good grief.
Any motor.
I know it's hard to keep up with.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a heavy rule book.
Yes.
That's a real heavy rule book.
Any motor you want, any transmission you want, any transfer case you want, any chassis weight you want, any suspension you want, any rim and tire combo, any axle, any drive shaft, you name it, you can run it. And we have seen all kinds of guys, a variety of chassis builds. We had a couple guys earlier last year that built some lightweight chromoly chassis that usually did pretty well. I see Justin Wills giving a wave.
Justin's either playing charades out there or he's saying that Daniel needs a little help.
I would say so. I seen the window net come open, so I would say he's done.
That's
so
never a
as
good
far as
sign.
rules, we do have a pretty safety-heavy rule book. And again, much like Ultra 4, we play well with them, so we have a lot of similar rules in most cases. Wrist restraints or window nets, 2-layer, one-piece fire suit, Hans device, head neck restraint system for you guys out there, window net or wrist restraints. We have one extinguisher in the car, one out of the car. Next year we'll be going to a mandatory full compression fire system. So
that's something that we're looking to bring into Ultra 4 right now as well.
There's a couple companies when we first started doing it that reached out to us, the series, and they said, hey, we'll cut you guys a package deal if you want to buy 10 or 20 or 50 of them, and that way we can help get the cost down as low as possible with our suppliers, because as safety equipment, that's something you really want to, you're not trying to jab somebody, you want to make it as quality and as safe as possible.
It's safety first. We come here to race, we come here to have fun, but we all want to go home as well. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. But I love these cars. I love the technology as well, and I love the fact that, as you said earlier, the different sports are borrowing from other sports, bringing those ideas and then putting them into this sport, and it's fantastic to see.
And again, we appreciate, like I said, I tell people all the time, we only steal your good ideas, okay? We will only steal the good ones,
I don't know, I've seen some pretty bad ideas out there as well.
Again, Stan Branik started with the aluminum trailing arm. He ran in his car for quite a while. He made it. Timmy Cameron was the first one to run the aluminum trailing on a bouncer, and I was kind of hating on him. Not hating on him, kind of just teasing, like, I don't know if it's going to last on a bouncer. We hit stuff pretty hard, and sure enough, it held on Timmy's first rig for a couple years, and we were able to thrash on that super hard, and it took, several years to finally break one, and it was kind of he landed on a rock just right. I mean, something has to give when you're landing a buggy on a rock that hard. So, and again, now you've seen a lot more guys add them on our cars. And this year at Hammers, I was walking around the lining up Saturday morning, and you could see them more and more aluminum trailing arms. So lightweight, stronger.
We call it aluminium where I come from, but that's it. But we'll forgive you. But the different grades.
That sounds like whatever Wolverine had in.
The 600, the 6,000 grades, but then it's the 7,000 grades, the 707.5s. They are so strong. They have so much duplicity in the material itself. And we're using that so much more now, whether it be in the links, whether it be link arms, or it's steering links, and we're borrowing that into other areas of the race car build as well. The thing I find really interesting with the bouncer classes is looking at the suspension. A few years ago, we were looking at guys that were just running coilovers. Now we're looking at guys that are running
5.2 bypass shocks.
What's going to be the name of this new heel we just made?
Hey,
well, now there's a thought.
Yeah.
We'll give
Give
you
me
the
5
honors.
minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, totally. You're seeing, again, we guys, kind of started the old rock donkey, again, very trail rig type stuff, and we've evolved to, coil springs and coil carriers with 5.2 bypass, and you see almost as much technology here as you do Ultra 4, and guys are constantly pushing that bound.
Well, it's also the other thing is in Ultra 4, we spend a lot of time tuning suspension, really doing that, and we're now seeing a lot of that in rock bouncing as well. They're really changing valving, so they're not just taking a generic shock absorber, they're now taking that and actually changing it to work with this sport.
Oh, totally.
That's really impressive.
And again, speaking of Tim Cameron, he's kind of one of the guys that started kind of pushing that envelope. He really started dialing things in, and you could see it, how fast he could go over some rocks or bunny hills or even just a small rock garden, how fast he could go compared to some other guys. And they all thought, hey, we need to get on this bypass thing. So it's kind of neat to see our sport evolved again. We copy stuff, like I said, from trophy trucks, from Ultra 4 guys. We only steal the good ideas, though. So,
but equally, it's also like the motors as well. The difference between them, whether it be big blocks, whether it be smaller LS, or like Timmy, of course, with an LS with a supercharger.
Yep.
And we're starting to see that now coming across into Ultra 4.
Oh, yeah.
It was quite rare to see forced induction.
Yep.
But now I think Timmy's had an influence on that.
Oh,
People are seeing it can be reliable.
Yes.
People can see it produces vast amounts of horsepower reasonably cheaply. And so now people are starting to use that themselves.
And trying to keep it, I know a lot of guys on Ultra 4 kind of worried about, obviously we race so long with all, it's very hot there. How are we going to keep this motor cool for 14 hours solid?
Yeah.
When we run for 12 seconds, you don't really get that hot. You might be wide open throttle, but it's only 14, 12 seconds, a minute, whatever. Whereas if you're running for 14 hours, that's going to be a heat. It's going to be a problem. You got to be able to cool, especially if you're going slow through rocks.
Exactly. We have to worry a lot about that. There's a lot of people doing different things. I know myself now. We're using heat exchangers rather than the old radiators, and that makes a big difference. Okay, looks like we're about to go live on course in a minute.
All right.
We got Jay Stortz on the line and Ford play.
Ford play. We always try to make sure he runs a Ford motor, so he has Ford play. We try to make sure we have that pronunciation correct.
What sort of horsepower is this guy going to be putting down?
Yeah, he's probably close to that 1,200 horsepower range. This is a new chassis he built last year, and he pretty much had all new parts put on it. It's pretty bad. It's pretty gnarly.
Am I right in thinking that there's a rock bouncer out there that's got a like a top fuel engine in there running methanol?
We had a guy running we have one guy that he's about 1,600. We have another guy that's might be closer to 1,800. We got some guys out there running stuff. Shane had the Gold Rush buggy. It was super high horsepower. Another guy named Clint has a super high horsepower called the General 2.0. They're running. Clint, I know, is running like a 680 cubic inch motor.
Oh, look at this!
Almost! He's at the top! Now, everybody paying attention. He did hit the flag, so that will be a 30-second penalty, but he did complete the course, so he will get points, and as of right now, he is our leader right now for this course. I don't know if we're going to see some other guys. I see a bunch of the drivers kind of jumping up and down over there, so cheering. So I think we have seen the line now. Again, anytime you hit a flag in our series racing, it's an automatic 30-second penalty, which normally, if you have a lot of fast times, could push you way back. He is the only guy to complete the course right now. Again, putting that 1,200 horsepower to work. So,
but we're just watching him out on course now. He's got to make his way round the back and come back round to here to actually complete course.
Yes, now you can see him coming across right there through the finish line.
Okay.
Oh, he is stoked. You can hear the crowd going nuts.
Yeah, that's a fantastic run there.
All the drivers are jumping. That's his son-in-law who just raced, who wasn't able to make it, out there high-fiving him. What was it? 93.116 with the penalty. Again, I'm not going to say Jay studied that earlier, but knowing the course, and again, like you guys do a lot of pre-running, walking our course, we just call it walking because it's such a short, we can usually walk it. So getting out there, walking the course, clearly paid off for Jay. He picked a smart line. Again, that might have been a plan all along.
Now you can hear the thunder as he's literally parking right next to us on the stage.
Yes, and that's at idle. Yeah.
I'm very pleased I've got headphones on right now.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about this hill, when you look at it on the camera, is you can't actually see the shape. It's actually got like a large bowl, and then it has like a sticking out jut.
Yeah.
And he's just gone up the center of that jut line.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
All right. Well, I'm getting paged. I got to go climb on my buggy. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Okay. See you in a bit, Matt.
Matt. It's the end of the season, dude. Let it all hang out. No, come on. Oh, man. We're going to give Jay Stortz a minute to get out of the buggy, and then I'm going to see if he'll come up here and talk with us about that run that he just had. He is our first bouncer to complete Hill 2. He took out a flag in the process, but, hey, when you got a flag penalty up against 0,
I'll take that flag.
I'll
take that flag penalty all day long, Bree. Now tell us a little about Jay. What's he been doing with his career?
With his career, Jay.
Sorry to put you on the spot like that.
Jay's been really fun to watch for the last few seasons. He started racing with us. What's it been? 3 years now, Taylor?
Okay.
Matt's getting hyped up.
Okay,
and,
this looks like this. This Timmy lining up?
I can't tell.
I'll tell you in a moment.
There's so much going on. We've got Jay.
Yeah,
there's a huge
Timmy.
celebration happening over here. I want to get Jay up here and talk to us. You were asking about his background. He just started racing UTV stock with us this season as well, so he's branched out from the bouncer, and that's been fun to watch. He's actually, I'll have to look back in here and see how the points ended up, but he's done really well in our UTV stock.
Is he one of our younger drivers in this class, or?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
No
See, I'm showing my naivety. This is why I'm asking.
All right, we are into round 2 for the VIN class. Don Curtis just took off. We're moving quick here, folks. I hope you're paying attention at home.
There's a whole lot going on here, that's for sure. But it's Timmy Cameron who's now lining up under the race line arch.
Jim's only got eyes for Timmy.
Oh, no, it's a bit of a bromance. Okay, live on course now is Timmy Cameron. Let's see what this legend can do. This man has won more rock bouncing trophies than anyone else. And there's a reason for that. Now, can he show us why? Approaches the hill. Lines those wheels up and unleashes horsepower. Oh, look at this, look at this. It's a masterclass here from Timmy.
Wow, he really just made that look super easy. Jim, have you ever heard of the Franklin Flutter?
I have not.
So, did you hear how he patted the gas?
Yeah, we could. No, see, at home we call that throttle Tourette's.
Okay. I like that. I like it. Well, Timmy's from Franklin, Tennessee, and that name has been attributed to his style of throttle control before the Franklin
Now, I have
Flutter.
to ask a question here, because the flag wasn't actually replaced before he ran. I don't think he was anywhere near the flag
it's
line.
Up there.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're quick. Yeah, they're
completely
quick.
different line.
He went straight up the middle, so we didn't even get a look at that flag.
So a beautiful clean run there from Timmy, and that's the second hill he's won today, I believe.
Whoa, guys. We got some, are we sure of that, Taylor? That is a DNF from Tim Cameron because he failed to go around. There's a giant boulder up at the top of the hill. We actually were talking about it earlier, Matt and I. Timmy did not go around it, so that run does not count.
Wow.
That's huge.
Now, that's huge.
What could this mean for Wade?
Exactly. Wade is back in the game.
Whoa.
If he can get that vehicle fixed tonight.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. It might not be over yet. He said, oh, no, I'm not ending like that. Where's he?
Okay.
Okay, so Tim's going to do what DC did earlier. He missed a turn. He came all the way back down to the bottom. There's that boulder at the top. He's supposed to have gone around the first time. So instead of a DNF, he is going to go back, and his clock has not stopped yet.
Okay, now that's interesting. For us, if we'd actually completed course, we would have our clock closed down.
Did he go through the finish line, Taylor?
Okay, I think there's going to be some words to be said about this, but we'll catch up when Race Ops can tell us what's going to happen.
Hey, do you guys have drama in Ultra 4?
Of course we do. In every type of motorsport, there's drama.
It's a silly question, right?
That's why we love motorsport.
It's a silly question. I could not hear the radio, Taylor. If you get an update, you can pass it along. I know you guys are definitely curious to know how that ended up.
Now, that's very interesting indeed. But, of course, we've just seen Jay put down a perfect time. He got a penalty, but he's going to be leading this because even if Timmy doesn't get a DNF, that's going to be a much longer time than Jay. So there's room here for Wade. It's not perfect. Obviously, he broke his vehicle earlier, but you never give up. The whole thing with any kind of motorsport, never surrender. You in it to the end.
It's not over till it's over.
Exactly. So he needs to get that truck back. He needs to get that clevis welded up so he can come back and play hard tomorrow. And let's be honest, Big Nasty. I think there's only one man who's ever completed that hill, isn't there?
Oh, really? This is my first time ever at this park, so I'm taking it all in.
See, I'm sounding like I know what I'm talking about. I really don't.
Hey, you're doing a great job with it, then.
Okay, well, let's roll with it.
Let's roll with
it. I believe that Timmy's the only person that's ever driven Nasty Girl. So,
oh, no. Nasty Girl has its name because Stephen Woolsey driving Showgirl was the first one ever to climb it, and that's actually how it got the name Nasty Girl.
Okay, right. No, see, that's where I don't know.
Yeah, well, I actually just learned that today from Clyde, or yesterday. So.
Okay, great. See, I was misinformed. So, right, we can only surmise, but what I was going to get at is, if Timmy has a bad run, and it does happen once in a blue moon,
it can happen
and Wade can put together the run of his lifetime, this championship is still wide open.
Absolutely. This is definitely a major turn of events here. We're still waiting on the final call. Obviously, want to get that right, as you know, everybody's eagerly awaiting the outcome of today. If you guys are just joining us, welcome to Hillside Live. You are right in the middle of some interesting, I don't really want to call it drama, but an interesting turn of events here.
Now, am I right in believing that all the cars that are racing here this evening have had to qualify to be able to enter this event?
No.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression that to have achieved 200 points to be able to arrive at this event.
No.
Oh, okay, right.
Not that I
See,
know of.
More misinformation.
Well, hey, if it is, I'm going to pretend that it's not because that would be part of the rule book I've never seen. So.
Okay. I was chatting to someone earlier today, and they were saying to me that that's why there's 15 cars here, is because it's the 15 cars that have accrued 200 points during the race season to be able to get here.
Okay.
But more rumours.
We'll find out.
So,
I'm listening to the radio.
Yeah, I can hear that. We're just waiting there to find out what's going to happen to Timmy, whether he's going to be DNF'd or whether he's going to be allowed for that run to stand. Just to let everybody know at home know what happened there. So Timmy's gone out on course. He's laid down an awesome time, but he's missed a marker at the top of the course. Because he's missed a marker at the top of the course, in theory, it is a DNF. That means did not finish. So that would be a major drama here if that was the case, and it would blow the championship wide open once again.
But the issue is that he went back up and finished. Is it standing? All right, Timmy did get a time. It's a 1:27.804, Taylor. Okay, so the ruling is because he left the course and went back the same way he left, he didn't make a new path for himself.
Yep, didn't cross the finish
line. It all
line.
Counted as one run.
Yep, okay.
So, luckily for Timmy, he realized his mistake and was able to backtrack, go back and turn around the rock that he missed the first time.
Let me get this right. So Timmy actually laid down a 127 versus Jay's 102. I mean, he basically did the course twice.
Yeah, Timmy just got a 127 after, running at least half of it twice.
Yep.
And
that's mad.
Jay Stortz has the next fastest time, the next only time with a 93.1. Matt Holt is out on the course right now. And Adam says, yes, you do have to have 260 points to be at finals. To answer your question, obviously that is something that I have not paid attention to.
That's
okay.
This
point. So
I got you, Bree. I got
your answer. Look, we're all learning new stuff today.
We are indeed. Right, now this is Matt Holt. Now, Matt was sat next to me only moments ago. He's now in his car, so he's not only an announcer, he's also a racer. Let's see what Matt can do here. Now, is Matt a cautious driver, or is he a kind of guy who's just going to throw it all to the wind?
Matt, I would say he's more cautious. And as Taylor told us earlier, Matt has not historically had great luck at finals with making it to the last two hills. So I don't know if you heard him when he was running off earlier, and I was trying to goad him into hitting this a little harder, that he really wants to make it to tomorrow and Saturday.
Maybe we need to get our pom-poms out and do some cheerleading and get him to go.
He did have some trouble earlier today as well. Got everything back running again, but that's always a little discouraging. I told him at least it didn't happen while he was racing, though.
It looks like he's trying to crawl this hill rather than bounce it.
Yeah, he does have lower horsepower out of the others that are out here. And it looks like he wants to live to fight another day. He really wants to make it to those hills tomorrow and Saturday. So he is calling it quits. He said that's close enough. He's like, if Timmy and Jay are the only ones to make it so far, then he's not going to bust his buggy into
absolutely. Well, if you want to race the rest of the race, you've got to box smart. And sometimes you have to, roll with the punches, make some smart decisions. He would have received a DNF, but I believe he receives more points because he did attempt the hill. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So just across the beam is 5 points, and attempting is 10 points, and that was definitely an attempt. So, why it says that he crossed the finish line? I believe the ruling was he exited the course and came back on the same spot before crossing the finish line. And
you're talking about Timmy there,
yes,
of course.
Yes, sorry, and that's why the time stands. Obviously, if anything changes, we will tell you guys. But that is what we heard.
I have to ask: do you have, or do the competitors have the option of being able to post a red card? And put in an actual complaint if there's something like this happens?
Yes, there is a what's the term that I want to use for it? There's a channel of that they can use to lodge, I guess, a complaint or to make a formal inquiry into whatever might occur during a race. And then our Clyde Bynum, the series owner, race director, producer, he wears many hats, handles that as it happens. And it's not too often that it happens. Sometimes people prefer to just take to Facebook instead, but we prefer that they go through the proper channels of actually, talking through it and working through it logically.
We have what's called CRBs, so we actually have to draw the name of a racer. Then we have various other different people that join the panel, And
Okay.
it's all quite serious stuff. But
Yeah, I can
Matt, you're
imagine.
joining us back
What's
in the
up?
booth again. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, that's really wet and really slippery. I was giving it just a little bit of gas, and you could just feel it slipping as I was coming down. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to climb this.
I figured you were wanting to save it for Friday.
We have 2 more days of racing, and we only brought so many spare parts, so we don't want to bang on the car too hard and break stuff. So Charles Chris is out there racing. He's one of our VIN racers. I think he's raced 3 or 4 races with his time. He also owns High Octane Films. So if you've watched any rock bouncing on YouTube, he's might be a guy that you've seen out there. Again, he's one of our regulars coming out, hanging out with us, and doing some footage. So
Taylor, do you have a time for Don Curtis? Speaking of our VIN class.
Yes. It's only 7:23, and I think we're completely done with bouncer stuff. I think most of our side-by-side classes are done. We were thinking we were going to go much, much later, but we're actually ahead of schedule, I think, right now.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic. Well, I'm going to leave you, ladies and gentlemen, here. It's been an absolute honour to join you in the booth.
Yeah.
Thank you
Heck
so
yeah.
much.
I was glad you jumped up with her, Jim.
Bree, it's been
Thanks
an
for
absolute
joining
honour.
us.
No,
yeah.
it's been absolutely
Thanks
fantastic.
for holding down the fort while Matt was
No, absolute pleasure. And thank you for the education. As I say, it's my first time at a rock bouncing event, and my cherry has definitely been popped. Yeah.
Hey, you're fitting with the theme on these hills over here. We're glad to have you out here.
In fact, maybe that's the name for that. Maybe we should call that hill cherry
I don't know if that's any better.
I think we should maybe call it cherry pop. But there we go.
Well, thanks for joining us, Jim.
Thank you very much.
I feel like we learned some stuff together and
Absolutely.
during this
Well,
course today.
if you want to, come and join us in the booth for the Ultra 4 racing tomorrow. As I said, we're qualifying tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and then on the Saturday we get our racing going for real. So, yep, get on the live feeds, join us, and have some fun.
It's a good time.
Awesome.
See you soon, guys.
See you around.
Again, that was Jim Marsden. He's one of the Europe racers, as well as he does a lot of commentary for Ultra 4 during King of Hammers. It was great to have him hop up and kind of give a little different take on it. Again, it was super neat to see him up here with us.
He had some really good questions as somebody that's that's new to our sport, where he even asked stuff where I was like, I don't think so. I don't know. I've been around it for so long that there's certain details that I don't really even think about because you're just used to it, you know? So he had a really great perspective. So glad to have him join us up here and glad to make a new fan of rock bouncing. That was a 64.738 from Don Curtis. Is that right, Taylor? And did we get Charles Chris?
Okay. Hey, I got one more person we're going to try to throw in the booth before we cut off here.
Oh, yeah. I looked. You disappeared after you got out of there.
I seen you, and I seen you smile. So,
I think that was DC's way of saying good job.
I think all of the racers were like congregating down here when you hit that cone. Everybody leaped and went nuts, and I was like, was that part of the plan? Because obviously, heck of a line.
No, I just seen the other line wasn't working, and I thought, what the heck? The DNF's the DNF. I've rolled plenty of times this year, so I'm used to rolling. If I roll down, I roll down it. But I'm like, I got one shot at it, give her some hell, and see what happens. I actually thought I was going to make it without hitting the flag. I seen it, and I thought. Then I felt my rear kind of sliding over, and I just said, heck with that flag. It's 30 seconds. I need to finish. So.
And we thought down here, we were laughing. I said, what a genius move. Getting a completion, yet adding a 30-second penalty when there's only 2 people to finish the course, you're automatically in second.
I drove a little slower on the first. I'm not saying it wasn't.
No,
was my
he
plan.
got first place.
First place.
Yeah, he beats him. He's
okay.
So I drove a little slower on Hill 1. Coming into this is my 3rd year racing, coming into finals, and not very often does over 5 or 6 buggies finish all 4 hills.
Oh, yeah.
So my mindset is finish all 4 hills.
Yep.
Tomorrow we got the staircase. Saturday, Nasty Girl. It's going to be tough, but
I think you have the horsepower.
I'm fighting for. I need to get in that top 5, and that's what I'm fighting for.
Well, coming in first place on a hill is definitely a great way to do it.
So that helps.
50 points helps.
Yes. So we'll see what happens. It's nice to finish a hard hill that a lot of people didn't finish, and I need that motivation. The buggy deserves to be on the podium. I just need to get it there. It's on me.
Yeah,
so.
You could hear our microphones like echoing as you were revving it up. I was like, yeah, that's a bad buggy.
Yeah, so I appreciate everybody that helps me out, man. And everybody stands behind me, comes, follows me. I let a lot of people down at times on the hills. I'm in it to have fun, but yes, this was my year, said I need to start doing better and start winning. I failed quite a bit, but I'll be there. I'm going to get there.
I wish I had a shot of, like, to hear the crowd and see all the racers out there going nuts when you climb. First got to climb it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to see all the racers, like, jump and yell and high. Like, it was super cool, you know.
I root for everybody. That's kind of how I am, and especially Daniel. I'm wearing a shirt today competing against him, but I root for all the guys.
Yeah.
This sport is amazing. And
Jay, how many years have you been racing with us now?
This is my third year.
Okay, I thought 3, but yeah.
This is my third year, so.
Yeah. That's super awesome. Again, appreciate the
I'm excited.
taking
We'll see
out
what
points.
happens tomorrow.
Coming up first place. First got to climb it of all the
day.
drivers. First got to climb it and fastest time of the day.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's got to be like definitely a check mark in the book for this year. So.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, congrats again,
Hey,
Jay.
thank you all.
Obviously, you've got a lot of other congratulations
Yeah.
coming to you, too. It's definitely well-earned. Thank you guys for hanging with us here
Love
at
y'all at
Hillside
home.
Live today.
Yep.
There was a lot going
Yes.
on. I hope you were able to catch as much as possible. We will be back.
Yes, here in Disney tomorrow morning,
8
starting
o'clock.
8 o'clock. Drivers meeting at 7. Racing start at 8. We will have a lot less to do tomorrow.
One hill.
So we won't be as chaotic. We're back to kind of our normal pace. Again, it's about 7:30, so we actually ran through that much quicker than I
That
thought.
was actually really fast.
It was chaos the first hour, but it was a lot of fun, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
See ya.